maintain the decaying faces of display. Yo, hold the truth hostage, smooth soul flow. Let's go barlastic and make a classic. Cornflakes poured towards the bowl before frosted flakes for so broken until we'll gathered shattered glass. Reforming profile divided, realign whole before foe known as last acts that make taking fatal mistakes. My eyes lie like my life beside fire's desire, burn up, engulf our world with witnessing me succeeding, achieving deeds deemed beaming out bright in sunlight like while motions of forms, lower life forms, the forms decompose while they declare days be named. Name paper displayed birth date, age of conforming and confirming to consumers or consumed. Reflections of directions for conforming, favoring orders over solo devotion as individualism transitions to mimicking capitalism. Yo, smoke forms, doring, sour, burning, celery, greenery. Steam leaves leaders blind while guided by flaming haze. Paves the way where fear be dreaming. Failures lure drooling fools, ignoring isolation of playing main character. Acts attracts, chasing validation of others rather than self-deflection of reflecting. Habits given then earned, not a cap and statin plays that happen. No Pinocchio, so no nose growing. Adorn words flowing, fountain of youth found out in corruption, damning man's path, gathering stats that never ask questions, all dispersing rewards, pursuing curiosity over currency. They claim saying flames, though pyro for shows, no explosion for war, rather than darts that tag marks, not a talking optimist, hit missiles that miss, leave you all sparked, past tense of offense, body leaning on reaper, sickle slices, wide dimensions where frames lay, place decay, they care prior going upwards or downwards forever. Oh man, hey everybody, what's up, man? It's Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. We would hold the truth hostage. You know, full-time ghosting isn't an option. It's the only choice. Yo, man. Yo. Yo, man. Oh, this has been a while coming, man. This has been I'm gonna give some people some time to get on the stream, you know. You know what I mean? That's if YouTube, does what it's supposed to do. But yeah, man, this is Streamlabs. You know, I had to move from StreamYard to Streamlabs. You know, it's just I think you get better control with Streamlabs. But man, it's been a while. I haven't streamed in a while. You know, I've been handling some things, man. Been trying to move from StreamYards to Streamlabs. And so far Streamlabs is pretty good, man. I'm here now. And y'all saw the Olympics, man. You know why I'm here. You know why I'm here, man. You know, the Olympics. Let me fix the background light. You know what I'm saying? So I'm using like a flashlight. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want to use something else, but yeah, man, we saw the Olympics. I want to welcome you all, man. You know what I'm saying? This such a special stream. You know, I bought a whole bottle, man. I bought a whole bottle of that Johnny Walker Red Label, man. You know, because this type of stream, it's a celebration, man. You know, for years I've been telling people, man, and let me know if you hear me or not. You should be hearing me, but for years, man, I've been telling people, I've been telling people what's going on, what's happening. I've been telling people that we're heading towards what I call an outer prison experience for men. An outer prison experience, or where they're basically gonna tell men, hey, you know, you're not sleeping with other men because you're in the closet or you're a rainbow rider. No, you're sleeping with other men because that's the only option you have. You know, that's what's going on. So we saw the Olympics opening. Let me see if I can find that ceremony. The Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Olympics, 2024. Let me see. Opening. Let me see if that I can find that weird ceremony. I can't. Damn, I can't find that clip. But oh, there it is. Yeah, the Last Supper. Oh man, Last Supper. Oh yeah. Oh, the Olympics. Yeah, man. I'm saying, and YouTube is just garbage these days, man. It just keeps telling you whether you want to allow it to use ads or not, man. Give me a minute. Piece of garbage ass website. I don't know why it keeps showing Lady Gaga. Up, YouTube is glitching out again. Give me a second. Fuck, man. Fuck YouTube, man. Give me a minute. Let me pause that. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Olympics 2024. Last Supper. Oh man, this is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? This is what was meant to happen. You know what I mean? Damn, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Olympics drag queen. Man. Forget it, man. I can't. Oh, there it is. In fact, I'm good, man. I can't find it. But man, you know what I'm saying? I tried to tell y'all, man. Welcome to the Hold the Truth Hostage era. Now, that thing above you, basically I'll be hosting. I was trying to host a basketball charity tournament before Conan 19 happened. Conan 19 happened, I had to cancel the basketball charity. So with the channel being monetized, what I'm trying to do is if I can raise $5,000, that's my goal to bring back the basketball tournament charity I was working on for my own basketball league that I started called the Best Basketball League America. So that's what that message is for. And what I plan to do is when I receive a super chat in a Cash App, I'll let y'all know what that goes towards for this basketball tournament. You know, and the plan is to host this tournament and allow, to bring the community closer. I think a major issue we have is that, the men, we men know how to interact with each other, adults. But what's happening in a lot of communities is that the boys, for example, let's say some boys 16 years old. When I was 16, we played basketball against adults. You know what I'm saying? We used to play basketball against adults, and that was a way for us to interact with our with the elders and people older than us, and we would get respect for the men in the community by playing sport. so we'll play basketball. And I think by having a tournament where let's say about from 16 to about age 30, 35, we could have the men and boys in that community interact so it's not through violence. You know what I'm saying? One of the major issues we have because of this fatherless initiative that has removed fathers from the community is that we don't have a presence where the men are interacting with the younger men, so there's respect, playing sports, positive interactions, and I think that would help out the community. So what I'm doing now with the YouTube account is, man, I'm just letting y'all know you could support this. And the goal is to bring back the basketball tournament so I can rent a basketball court, host a tournament, and have something positive. But let's get back to the live stream. You know what I'm saying? This stream I haven't streamed in a while. In fact, give me 1 minute. Let me check YouTube for the last time I've streamed. Give me 1 second, my friends, because we're in the hold the truth hostage era, man. And by the end of this stream, you'll understand why. Oh man, wow. I haven't streamed in 2 months. Wow, that's been a while. 2 months, man. 2 months. So welcome. Welcome to the hold the truth hostage era. Now, why am I referring to where we are now as the hold the truth hostage era? Give me 1 second. Let me try to find this damn video. You know what I'm saying? For some reason I can't find that opening. I can't find the Last Supper thing, the parody. Damn. Oh, there it is. Yes. Oh, I found it. I found it. Give me a second. There it is. Oh yes, I found it. Oh man, give me a second. I gotta share the screen, and give me 1 minute. Let me share the screen with you. There we are, YouTube. Oh yeah. Yup, we're here, man. Yup, we're here, people. You see what happened at the Olympics? Now, a lot of people talking about what happened at the Olympics will be just speaking from the basics, man. I've been telling guys they'll be speaking on the ground floor. They won't be speaking about the soil. A lot of people don't know what's really going on. And what you're going to find out in this stream, let me see who's on the chats. Who's on the chats? Oh, man, my man Bronze Bird. What's good, man? It's been a while, brother. You know what I'm saying? My homie, man, Bronze Bird. What's up? Bronze Bird. What's good, brother? What's up, man? I haven't seen the brother for a while. Yeah, so the thing is this, man. In fact, give me a minute. Something is off here. Something's very off. It's doing them all. Give me 1 second, man, because the live stream's acting up a little. Let's see what's going on here. Give me 1 minute. Damn, live. Yeah, for some reason it's not showing up. Give me 1 second, man. I gotta check something. Cause YouTube will do some stupid stuff. Oh man. Give me 1 minute. Let me see what's going on here. View your channel. Oh, all right. Yeah, we're live. We're live, man. It's just YouTube wasn't showing up. But as you could see, man, with I wasn't even watching the Olympics, man. I wasn't even watching the Olympics when this happened, when this dropped. You know what I'm saying? What you're looking at right here. Let me see. I don't know why it's doing them all. It's not replying. Give me a second. For some reason on the stream. Oh, I see. See what's going on. Give me 1 second, man. Man, StreamYards is acting up a little. Give me a second. Account settings. The fuck is it? Oh, I see. Damn, I see what's going on. It's a minor issue with broadcasting and recording. Give me 1 second, man. It's fucking StreamYard. I'm gonna have to change something. Give me a second. Give me a second, man. I gotta fix something. Hold the truth. All right, yeah, it's been saved. Let me check if it's fixed it. Give me 1 minute. I gotta refresh this crap. Changes made. Okay. Give me 1 second. Alright, go to studio. And what the hell? Profile information updated. Give me 1 second. There's always some technical difficulties with this crap. Oh, it's still keeping it. Yeah, I'll have to make that change later on. Ah, man, there's always something. But like I said, man, what you're looking at here is the goal. I told you guys years ago, man. I told you that the closet is global. You know what I mean? The Olympics opened up with 100% proof that the goal is to closet the world. You know what I'm saying? That's the agenda. And what I'm going to explain to you right now, you won't hear this from other streams. You won't hear this from other channels because most channels that have covered this, be it on the manosphere or whatnot, most channels are built on the narrative of when they hide the truth. You know, when the truth is hidden. You know what I'm saying? That's what most channels are built on, when the truth is hidden. So, what, since all these channels are built on the truth being hidden, most of them don't know how to exist or have a talking point when the truth is out. We're in the truth age, man. There are no more hidden secrets anymore, man. Everything is right up front. And what you saw with the Olympics is the fact that the Western world, because a lot of people watching this will say, oh man, hold the truth hostage. It was just France. No, man, this is the West. This is America's California. This is New York. This is the Western world. You know what I'm saying? This is the image you're seeing. And one thing, a lot of people, you see that one with the gold, they have a little, I think that's a little boy on the stage. They got a little boy amongst a lot of men in drag. Some men have been you know what I'm saying, have had surgery to play the role of a man former. You know, I'm on YouTube. I can't use the full words, but you know, that's a man former right there. You know, a young boy in front of all these men. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling you guys this for years. I've been saying this on Reddit. I've been saying it all over the internet. Where I was at is that, man, once they removed the father, it was easy to go after the children. That was the whole goal. That was the whole goal of removing the father from the household. When you remove the father from the household, you basically turn all the women into breeders. It becomes basically a breeding ground since there are no fathers. I mean, since there are no fathers, there's no direction. Most of these children being born are born to be raised without direction and to strictly be open towards trauma and being utilized for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And other means, no father around, so all these children are just being born for these type of use cases. I mean, why would a young little boy be in that opening? And a lot of people, they'll try to spin it that it's about equality and acceptance, but that's a young little kid. Because you see what they did, they put a sea of adults. They put a lot of adults, drag queen, you know, a man former, you know what I'm saying? They put all of this out there because they know you wouldn't care about the adults. And they put that child there to say, look, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? This is okay, man. This is the narrative. And once they took the fathers out of the household, this was the end game. This was the goal. You know what I'm saying? Now the young boys being bred are basically being bred and born to be preyed upon by this type of situation where grown men in dresses that have had surgery to cosplay. Surgery to cosplay is women. You know what I'm saying? To cosplay as women can basically now prey upon and openly flirt and treat and attack. You know what I'm saying? Young boys. Because think about it. If it was what they've done, and I've told you guys this for years, man. You know what I'm saying? What they were doing was to ease the, a lot of people are calling them PDF, you know what I'm saying, PDF file, whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys are using that term. I use the term minor chaser. You know, the goal was to legalize minor chasing, you know. And if the narrative is that you shouldn't have a man, you know what I'm saying, a man going after minors. Like notice there's a trend online now of grown men being found out is to catch a minor chaser. You know what I'm saying? There's these videos all over Twitter of them slapping grown men that have come to be caught as a minor chaser. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm taking a sip of that Johnny Walker. You know what I'm saying? Pouring some of that Johnny Walker Red Label. Well, it's not bad. Johnny Walker's not bad. But like I was saying, man, the goal was to ease the minor chasing because a lot of guys don't know there's a loophole. There's a loophole to being a minor chaser in as they call it, PDF file, whatever. I'll just call it minor chaser. And I've been saying that, but the loophole is that minor chasers are presented as men. As men. So if a man, you know what I'm saying, gets the surgery and becomes a man former, a man who formerly identified as a man, now that man can acquire minor boys. He can acquire minor boys to play like he's a mother. I saw that photo online where, you know what I'm saying, where a man former is sitting on a bedside pretending to be a mother to a newborn child. That's how that's the loophole to minor chasing. And the loophole is to basically become, as you see on this screen, to become a man former. Let me see if I can make the screen a little bigger. No, that's putting me too far out. Give me a second. Oh, that's reversing it. It's reversing it. Yep, that's too even. Yeah. So the goal is, man, to legalize this stuff. It was to legalize it through, we can't, the government can't openly advertise grown men getting minors, grown men getting minors, and the threat of that, a grown man coming to grab minors and take children. It's a threat. But the government has done so much in creating a scenario for obtaining the female vote. So if they can have men cast away their manhood and identify as women, they can now legalize being a minor chaser. They can now legalize it. And this Olympics, and I'm gonna explain to you why this Olympics is you know, we're in the age of the truth now. You know what I'm saying? We're in the hold the truth hostage era. Oh, Kalala, what's good, man? Kalala, what's up, man? You know what I mean? What's good? Women beaters in 4K at the Olympics. Yeah. And here's the thing, man. What I'm about to tell you guys, and I told you guys, man, full-time ghosting, man. I'm not here to be emotional. Zero emotion. Zero idealism. It's about being honest. And we're now in the hold the truth hostage era because the truth is out, man. There's no more holding back. There's no more of this, man. I'm just gonna be honest. I've been honest with you, but I used to warn you. There are no more warnings. You know what I'm saying? There are no more warnings. I'm just gonna tell you like it is. You won't like it, you won't like it. You know what I'm saying? We're now in my era. We're in the hold the truth hostage era because everything is right in front of you. What was Andrew Tate talking to you about? Well, you've got to go to the matrix. You got to go to the matrix. In the matrix is a secret society. What's secret about this Olympics? What agenda is hidden? Agendas are no longer hidden. This Olympics ceremony was a declaration that the West is completely, this is what it's about. This is the world order. This is the goal of France. This is the goal of Canada. This is the goal of America. This is the goal of the West. In countries that have been westernized, this is the goal. And what I'm about to tell you in this stream, man, this stream is, I got my Johnny Walker red label, you know what I'm saying? But this stream, I've warned people before, but this is the last warning. You could leave right now. If you do not want to listen to something that will alter the way you look at this world, the way you've grown up, because what I'm about to drop right now, it's gonna scare a lot of people, but it's the facts, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's the unfiltered truth. You know what I'm saying? And what you're about to hear in this stream, because you're watching this video on the ceremony. Oh man, they're just promoting this propaganda, this LGBTQ, this closeted agenda. You know what I'm saying? The closet. And I told you the title of this stream, The Closet World. The goal of the Western society is to put the world in a closet. You know what I'm saying? This was what this is. And a lot of people have wondered why. Why are they doing this, man? And I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down piece by piece. But before I begin, in fact, let me start. Let me ask you a question. You know, whoever's watching. You know, how do you in right now? In fact, before I go to the, let me go on. Yeah, how do you increase the the closet, the rainbow rider population? How do you increase the rainbow rider population? You know what I'm saying? You don't increase rainbow rider population by having children. You don't. They can't have children. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? No matter how much cosmetics and surgery, you know, these men have, they're still men. You know what I'm saying? They're still men at the end of the day. And the question becomes, well, then how do men that are in this scenario, you know what I'm saying, that are man formers, how do they increase their population? Oh, Kalala, my brother, man, was good. Nah, yeah, you're at the tip of the iceberg. You know, you put it everywhere. You're at the tip. How you do it is you traumatize. What the Olympics just did is, I don't have the numbers, but I'm assuming that over 50 million people saw this. Over 50 million people. You know what I'm saying? And over 50 million people from all over the world saw this, and they traumatized how many children? How many children were traumatized by this that said, "Mommy, you know, I want to wear a dress." You know what I'm saying? I want to wear a dress. That's how you increase the population. Because I've been doing streams, and you know, I'm not ashamed to say it anymore, man. I'm not humbled anymore. You know, being humble, like I've been trying to tell guys, it's weakness. You know what I'm saying? That we're in a society that just keeps telling us, be humble. You know what I'm saying? Don't let people know you're the best. Don't be proud you're ahead of the rest. Don't do that. Nah, man, I'm no longer humble, man. Humble is a dirty word. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm ahead of most people, man. You know what I'm saying? You're in my era now, man. You're in the hold the truth hostage era. You know what I'm saying? Everything before this was you know, your Andrew Tates, you know, these people hustling while they're hiding the truth. And it's a secret society. There ain't no secrets no more. You know what I'm saying? Everything's out in the open. The whole goal of this Olympics was to traumatize sectors of the world that are not living by this Western ideology and propaganda, to increase the Rainbow Rider population. You know what I'm saying? How many children who saw this Olympics, let's say about from age 5 to about 17, how many of them saw this and got traumatized and now are wondering, why can't they wear a dress? You know what I'm saying? Why is this man up here doing this? It worked. The goal was to traumatize the globe in order to increase. And then let me go to the camera a little. Give me a minute. And then look, bro, look. They have a little boy there. They got a little boy there surrounded by these. You know what I mean? Weirdos. You know what I'm saying? I think the country that returned the definition to a mental illness was Salvador. They got a little boy there, man, in the yellow, because they're telling you now, you know what I'm saying? They're projecting that, hey, grown men, you don't want to be on To Catch a Predator. You don't want to be on there, right? You don't want to be on a To Catch a Predator. You know what I'm saying? Become a man former. If you become a man former, grown men, a lot of people are looking at the projection here. They're basically projecting that, look, as long as you grown men become man formers, you can hang together around children. You can hang together around children and you can dress them up as little girls and play with them as well. You know what I'm saying? That's why this little boy was on here, man. This little boy in this opening was to basically project that you too can have a little boy. You know what I'm saying? You too can have a little boy if you remove your manhood. You know what I'm saying? If you remove your manhood, you too could have a little boy. You too could have events and special gatherings together. You could dress up little boys and play with them. You know what I'm saying? And play with them. And I know you're hearing this. And what up, Kalala? You're saying it's wild. It ain't wild yet, man. This is I'm wearing my NBA warm ups. This is just a warm up, man. This is the warm up. What I'm about to tell you and show you that not even Elon Musk knows what I'm talking about. Oh, the gold pillar. What's good, man? This is some kind of ancient pagan ritual brought to life. No, I don't even well, some of it has to do with the pagan. I don't, my history on the paganism, I don't think it's even paganism, you know, because what I'm about to tell you guys, it's gonna get a little racial. It's gonna get a little racial, but not your typical racial perspective. Because I think a lot of people, when it comes to racism and racial agenda, they don't look at racial agenda from a organic and genetic perspective. They don't look at the birth of certain ethnicities and look at what's going on. I'm going to prove to you right now, and shout out to the homies on the Discord. I'm going to prove to you right now that not even Elon Musk knows what's going on. But Elon Musk doesn't know what's going on because you want to know why? Because Elon Musk lived in the whole hidden agenda and all that BS, you know what I'm saying? Selling the matrix and we're in a simulation. All these I've been saying this in streams, all this whole simulation talk, all this simulation talk is really to give you excuse, I forget, a crutch. It's to give you a crutch to accept what's going on. You know what I mean? Why not let these guys that cut off their balls have some young boys? We're in a simulation, aren't we? We're in a simulation, so who cares? The whole simulation talk is a way to put you in a state of mind where you'll allow this. You'll be comfortable with this. We're in a simulation. You know what I'm saying? So why not let this happen? Why not accept this? Why not just close your mind to it? You know what I'm saying? But we're in a new age, man. Let me go full screen for a minute. You know what I'm saying? We're in the hold the truth hostage age. You know what I'm saying? We're in my time, baby. We're in my world now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We're in my world now. You know what I'm saying? And in my world, they're not lying. They're not lying and hiding anything anymore. There's nothing to be hidden. Everything is in front of you right now. You know what I'm saying? All these other people, Elon Musk, all these people, they were talking from a perspective of, oh, there's a hidden Illuminati. There's these hidden groups, hidden propaganda, hidden messaging. Notice they always spoke about it being hidden, and they're still pushing that hidden. Why is Andrew Tate? We already know Andrew Tate is in the closet. We already know that. You know what I'm saying? But why are they still saying the truth is hidden and all this? You want to know why? Because they know this is why I got a lot of heat in the communities I was in. You know, what's gonna happen when somebody says, yo, enough. We're not no more snake oil salesmen selling this whole hidden agenda BS, man. We're gonna be living in a time where there are no more secrets. There are no more lies, right? Where's the hidden agenda when celebrities are openly? Look up Megan Fox. Megan Fox has literally dressed up all three of her sons in dresses. All three of her sons are being shamed and being dehumaned. Cause this is how messed up the decade we're in. You know what I'm saying? How modern times is how messed up it is that when we look at a celebrity dress up her son as a girl, we just say, "Oh man, they're feminizing him. They're abusing him." No, we don't say that. Yo, they're depriving that male of his manhood. They're turning their son into a walking clown show. They're literally humiliating their son from a sexual perspective. The level of humiliation, we cannot be surprised that their son will unalive themselves very soon. And you know why I said unalive? Because this has to do with it too. I'm about to share with you what Elon Musk posted, and you're gonna see that, man. We're in the hold the truth hostage era, man. This is my era, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling people in streams, I'm not 20 years ahead. I'm not 50 years ahead. I'm over 1,000 years ahead. You know what I'm saying? Over 1,000 years ahead, man. You know, you know what I'm saying? And I'm no longer ashamed, and I'm not gonna be humble about it. I'm gonna openly tell you, dude, I'm over 1,000 years ahead, man. You know, you think you could catch up by in 20 years? 20 years don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? 20 years don't mean nothing. I'm over 1,000 years ahead. What is 20 years? You know, what is 50 years, man? What is 10 years? What is 100 years? It's nothing when a man that's talking to you right now is over 1,000 years ahead. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna use Elon Musk as literal proof that I'm over 1,000 years ahead. You know what I'm saying? Drinking that Johnny Walker. Yeah, no, I'm drinking that Johnny Walker. Red label. Red label. Yeah, let me go to the Discord, man. I'm gonna show y'all something quick. Let me go there quick. Elon. Where yeah, let me check where Elon made that post. Because y'all need to see this, man. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy evidence. Damn, where was the Elon post? I know no, it was on the live stream. My bad. Let me find it quick. Where's Elon Musk? Elon. Where is Elon at? Uh Damn, give me 1 second. I gotta find this Elon Musk post. Was it Society? Yeah, oh, I found it. All right, I found the Elon Musk post. I'm going to prove to you something that will change everything. Give me 1 minute. Let me make sure I'm on X. I gotta share the screen. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 second, people. Share the screen. I understand. Yup, there it is. Check this out. Elon Musk. Oh man, let me turn off. I gotta turn off the overlay. Give me 1 minute. I gotta make it a little bigger. Bigger. Come on, man. Yeah, nah, let me turn off the overlay quick cause I gotta, and I'm gonna share this link with you, man. I'm gonna share this link with everybody. Cause this link is extremely important. Cause check this out. Share the link. Yeah, there it is right there. Elon Musk. Give me 1 minute. Let me take off the overlay. Hide the overlay quick. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Take a look, man. Look what Elon Musk has posted. You know what I'm saying? Let me try to dive a little deeper. Oh no. Oh, let me go back. Oh, look what Elon Musk has posted, man. Elon Musk has posted that population collapsing rapidly. Population collapsing rapidly. You know what I'm saying? Population collapsing rapidly. You know what I'm saying? Suit. Oh, we need to breed. Yeah, Suit, what's up, man? No, the population is collapsing rapidly, and Elon Musk doesn't know. And I did a stream. I told you guys a couple streams ago. One of the biggest lies that's being sold to us is that, you know what I'm saying, that the population is not only in decline, but that, you know, we're overpopulated. You know what I'm saying? But what y'all don't listen to is that we live in a society right now in a surplus of the population. We have a surplus. It's not that there's too much humans. We don't, it's not that whole overpopulation thing, that's a scam. That's a scam to create and inflate things psychologically. Once the propaganda was dropped that we got too many people, there won't be enough resources. Guess what happens? You know what I'm saying? And we saw this during Conan 19 in America where they burned a whole mile of potatoes. They threw all this food away, right? But aren't we overpopulated? You know what I'm saying? We're overpopulated and there's not enough food. It's to create an artificial scarcity. You know what I'm saying? It inflates everything on a psychological level. So let's say you go to Whole Foods or you go to a food spot and you're like, oh man, they're selling let's just say they're selling chicken and beef at over $20. And in your mind, you're like, oh man, it's because of the overpopulation, man. That's why food is so high. We're overpopulated. That's why the beef costs so much. That's a damn lie, man. That's a damn lie, man. That was all a lie to artificially increase the price psychologically, and it's to also feed on the racial propaganda the government has put on to your mind anyway. Oh man, you know, in the back of your head, you're like, oh, these third world countries are having too many kids. These immigrants that came to your country are having too much kids. They're eating up all the resources. Then they said, oh, there's carbon emissions and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's to create an artificial scarcity, you know, mindset. So now you look at everything pre-inflated. So in the back of your mind, everything is pre-inflated, you know. Then what does Elon do? After scaring people for what is it? I forget the year they started saying overpopulation. I think it was like the 2000s. 2000 they started saying, "Oh, we're going to run out of resources, blah blah blah." When it's a lie. We got more than enough resources on this earth. More than enough. You know what I'm saying? We got too many resources. The problem with us is our diet. Our diet is very limited. You know what I'm saying? It's limited, but we got more than enough resources. But now you get Elon dropping, well, population is, you know, rapidly decreasing. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to play this game of it's like a roller coaster. No, it's not really a roller coaster, it's a seesaw. You know what I'm saying? Let me make the screen a little higher. You know how a seesaw is, it goes up, it goes down. The reason I say a seesaw is that they can basically send multiple messaging at the same time, you know, and you look at the popularity. So let's say my left hand represents overpopulation and my right hand represents you know, we're underpopulated. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, let's say now Elon represents, oh, you know what I'm saying? Now it's, oh man, we're our population is decreasing. You know what I'm saying? Then on another side, it might get more popular that there's too much of us. They're sending two different colliding propaganda to basically paralyze the mind of people, man. It's a scam, man. Now I'm going to tell you why the population is decreasing. Now it's going to get a little racial right now. It's going to get a little racial, but you know, it's just going to be racial and ethnicity from a logical perspective. Now notice on this list. Notice on this list. So Elon's got Denmark, United States, Netherlands, Spain, Brazil, Hungary, Australia, Switzerland, Italy, Finland, you know, New Zealand, Sweden, Japan, China, Croatia, Germany, Greece, Austria, France, Singapore. You know what I mean? It's kind of shocking. Damn, yeah, Italy. Italy's -3. And New York Times. Now, what what do you see on there? You know, most people won't understand this. In fact, 99% of people won't understand you won't understand what you just read. Your read perspective, oh man, somehow they just took me off the stream. Give me 1 second. You know what I mean? Once I started dropping some crazy level logic, all of a sudden the stream got a little off. You know what I'm saying? It kind of messed it up. But like I was saying, so Elon made this post about, depopulation, right? Elon made this post. Now, what you're seeing is you're just reading the countries. You're just reading the countries, man. What you're not getting, what is unifying this is that most of these countries are European, Western, and most of the countries are attempting to be westernized. You know what I'm saying? And their population is sinking and it's dying. You know what I'm saying? Because that is the goal of the West. Let me switch back to this picture again. You know what I'm saying? The picture of the Olympics with all the rainbow and that little young boy. You know what I'm saying? This is the goal of the West. Now, this is where it gets racial. And this is where I drop a little genetic and ethnicity, I'm getting tongue twisted, ethnicity. Now, who leads these countries? Who leads the United States? The United States was settled by, Europeans. The United States is a white man's country. Just like Haiti is a Negro's country, Africa is a Negro's country. But the United States has the most influence, and the West has the most influence because remember, the US is basically, if you look at the United States is basically the abused son of the United Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? The United States were settlers from the United Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And that child got abused and said, "You know what? I'm not coming back home, and this land is my land. Mom and dad, you can't even come here." That's what the United States. The United States is the abused child of the United Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And then Australia is again the abused child of the United Kingdom, which became its own country, whatever. But what you're seeing in this depopulation, what people don't look at is the the main issue. It becomes racial. You know what I'm saying? And why does it become racial? So let me, what I mean, let me look at something else. So I'm about to show y'all something. I gotta find the image. Give me 1 minute. Damn man, what is it? Homo erectus. Oh man, give me a second. God damn man, Homo erectus. Oh man, what is this? Leave the site. Homo erectus. Oh man, something. Give me a second, man. Freaking. Oh, okay, there it is. I found it. I found it. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to explain to you something, man. Something big, huge. You know what I'm saying? And this is gonna change everything. Give me 1 second. Let me go open the image. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta find this image. God damn, I hate Google at times, man. Image size large. Give me 1 second. Gotta find this damn photo. Give me 1 minute. So, all right. Homo sapien. Give me one more second, man. God damn this crap. Yeah, this ought to do. Homo naledi. All right. Give me 1 second, then. It'll have to do, man. I can't find a bigger image, but give me 1 minute. Where are we? Yeah, I found it. Give me 1 second. I found the image. Now let me explain to you why this gets racial. Screen. Understand. Homo. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. I'm sharing on the screen. Now, what you're seeing on the screen is and I plan to do a live stream on this. This is Homo erectus. This is Homo erectus, man. This is basically the this was before humans, you know what I'm saying? This was the most successful, you know what I'm saying, humanoid species. It dominated for over 8 million years. We as a human species are, I think we're less than 500,000 years old. This is the most successful humanoid species on Earth. It's called Homo erectus. You know what I'm saying? This was Homo erectus. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I'm sharing with you about Homo erectus is that Homo erectus would be what leads to us eventually. You know, we would basically, I think we were kind of genetically mutations, you know, Homo sapien from Homo erectus. And the reason I bring this up and why this gets racial is that you have to ask yourself, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, as you can see, this is a dark skinned humanoid, whatever. And now the reason I bring this up is you show Elon Musk theory, you know, and the reason I bring this up is you got to look it up that, you know, if all life started in Africa, whatever, and then humans from Africa migrated to colder backgrounds. They migrated to colder backgrounds and then they evolved, you know what I'm saying, to you know, the white race. And you know, they migrated, became Asian, whatever, whatever. So, but you got to think about the the transformation from you know, the black to white, and the level of harshness that they had to endure. You know what I'm saying? So you look at that and you say, well, okay, they come from a land where it's very cold. You know what I'm saying? The difference. At the end of the day, we're all human. We're all human. You know what I'm saying? I'm just breaking things down scientifically. We're all human at the end of the day. You know, but you got to look at we're all built differently. You know what I'm saying? You put a guy like me, you know, I'm a Negro. You put me in a heated, warm area. You know what I'm saying? I was built for that. Nostrils widen. You know, hair hair not straight to not maintain warmth. I'm designed for the heat, and what comes with the heat comes an abundance of food, life, and so on. What comes with the winter, man? A lot of struggle. You know what I'm saying? You can't afford, you can't afford, you know, you can't afford to breathe as much. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's this, man. What Elon doesn't get is that when you look at the difference between black and white, you know, all the races of humans, all the different ethnicities, you got to look at the environment. You got to look at the environment where these groups and ethnicities originate from. And what you look at when you look at the white side of humanity is that they come, you know, to become who they are. They were in a very cold environment where food was very scarce. You know what I'm saying? it was never a good thing to have too many of your own kind. You know what I'm saying? Because food was always scarce, and the weather being what it is, that there was a level of scarcity. Yeah, so evolutionary adaptation, yeah, adaptation. But what happened with adapting to the cold weather? When you adapt to the cold weather, you adapt to a scarcity mindset. You're always terrified that, yo, it's going to be too cold. We won't have enough food. If you look up the Viking history, one of my boys put me up on the Viking history. He said Vikings, they would literally they would pillage villages because they were hungry. They were starving, man. They would pillage the farming villages, whoever had more food because of that scarcity, or they would starve. The winter would eat them alive. And the reason I bring this up is that I think, and it's been proven, and because this stream you're watching right now, man, some people get offended, as you should, because you've been bought into the racial propaganda. You've been bought into the racial propaganda that we're all racially against each other. We're here to fight each other, and there can only be one race, and all that BS, all that scam talk. You know what I mean? All them scams, white versus black. The black people will say, "Oh, the white man wants to take all women." The white man will say, the black men want to take all women." You know what I'm saying? That whole talking point. But to get back to it is that the white human, I'm gonna use that. The white human evolved to live in a lifestyle where scarcity is the dominant ideal of your life. Scarcity. You know what I'm saying? Winter, starvation. It's never was a good thing to have too many of your own kind, because it would raise the chance of you starving and dying. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I bring this up, and why Elon Musk, the mass majority of people watching this population decline won't understand, is that I think in a psychological aspect, when it comes to the white human and the black human. The black human is raised in the warm conditions, tropical, whatever, warm conditions. So that human has been conditioned in abundance. You know what I'm saying? Has evolved in abundance. You know what I'm saying? Where there's land, the land is fertile. The land has an abundance of food. You know what I'm saying? So the black human will approach things to breeding and having more children, blah blah blah. But the white human, who has evolved in a society with cold weather, starvation, you know what I'm saying? Crops could die. That human is psychologically and by the state of evolution conditioned to have less. And I think what's happened with the white human, and the reason I bring up some race is that where it gets racial is that look at look at that list. All these countries are, you know what I'm saying, westernized. And when you think of westernized, what is the first ethnicity that pops up in your mind? It's the white human. And what I think's happened is that the survival tactics of the white human has conditioned the white human to where they must replicate a society where there can't be too much of them. Like there's a genetic aspect of that. If there's too much of us, it it will starve, even though we're in a new land. Like for example, you're in, I'm gonna use California as an example. You know what I'm saying? California, you know what I'm saying? Or what is it, New York or whatever. Let's just use America for example. Good weather, food, all there's an abundance. But on a genetic level and on a state of evolution, you look at it, that has, I think that's what's led to where we are now. Like for example, you have in America, you have the whole white nationalists. One of the selling points of this group is that, oh man, the minorities are taking our women, this and that. When The truth is that your government is doing that. And your government in America, let's just be honest, just like if we were in Haiti, if we were in Haiti, you would see most people that look like me. You know what I'm saying? We would be in charge. You know what I mean? So in America, what's happened is that the people that are truly destroying the white race, it tends to be the white race itself. Think about the legal structure, the legal system that, you know what I'm saying, that's in place where the government interferes with how you have children, how you raise your kids. You know what I'm saying? That law was passed by the white human, you know what I'm saying, within their own country. And it's always about limiting the the ability to breed and, you know, amass and increase the population. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at this depopulation thing, the one thing you can admit and you have to admit is that it is based on the West. It is based on the West. And if you look at the West in America, for example, you know, when I wrote the book Man Vantage, what happened in 18 in America, the government removed polygamy. Think about this. Why would the government remove polygamy when polygamy creates more taxpayers, increases the population, guarantees more women will be mothers and actually experience motherhood? The government, when and like I said, it gets racial, but the evidence can't be ignored. It's right there. I think on an evolutionary perspective that there's some type of psychological aspect when it comes to the races where, you know, because the white human was born and raised in a very wintered environment, you know, where it was always dangerous to have too many your population to increase. I mean, if you look up Ireland, Ireland literally had a starvation situation where they moved to America, and I think it was the homie Gold Pillar, you know, told me that potatoes were it was either the Gold Pillar, one of the homies on the Discord told me that potatoes were not native to Europe. You know, they were brought into I think they were brought in from America, potatoes, you know what I'm saying? And then they were put in Europe. You know, like potatoes are an invasive plant. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you said, oh, Kalala, you said it's South American. So potatoes are originally from South America, and they were brought into you know, Ireland and Europe because they would last longer. The winter, they could survive. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the white human's mind state, it comes from the struggle that, yo, you can't afford to have 5, 10 kids. You're in the goddamn snow. You know what I'm saying? You're raising a family in the tundra, the cold, an environment where food doesn't grow as much. You can't afford to have more than 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes, let me see what the homie suit said. Let me see if I can show it on stream. The potato was first domesticated vegetable in the region of modern day southern Peru and extreme northwestern Bolivia between 8,000 and 5,000 BC. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what the homie Kalala said. People in Europe ate roots. Look at that. They ate roots. So in Europe, you're used to famine and the fact that you don't want your population to increase too much because you'll starve. You know what I'm saying? You'll starve, man. You know, so let me see what the homie suit said. You know, cultivation of potatoes in South America may go back 10,000 years. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, corn. Well, somebody told me you can't really digest corn. It's just corn is just good for energy or something. You can't really digest it. But the reason I bring this up is look at the list, man. The list is based on European Western dominance. I'm just pointing out the facts. You know what I'm saying? I'm just pointing out the truth that I think subconsciously and mentally and on a genetic level and on an aspect that I think the white human has to look in the mirror and say, "Yo, why are we passing these laws where we've removed polygamy? You know, polygamy isn't legal in America. Why are we passing no fault divorce? Why is there family court? Why is the government interfering with the natural order of the population increasing? Because we still are trapped by that psychological evolution that led us to where we are. Because if you look at all these countries that are European ruled, it's self inflicted. You know, most of these countries right here have all added a law where you can't be polygamous. You know what I'm saying? The government can interfere between the parents and the child. You know what I'm saying? The government only recognizes the mother and the government. You know what I'm saying? Because the government is all about increasing the female vote to filter out the male vote and limit its worth to the point where the male vote is worthless. If you're in a westernized country, the male vote is worthless. And the reason I bring up Western is that look at China. China had imposed the one child law. You know what I'm saying? The one child law. Why did China impose the one child law? They were trying to follow the European countries' interference of where the government tries to interfere with the natural order and cycle of the population increasing and childbirth, child laws. You know what I'm saying? And look at China now. Now China has, I forget the numbers. One of the homies on the Discord told me that for every for every one woman, there's what, 7 or 9 Chinese men? It's because they tried to impose that the government should be able to interfere with the breeding rights of men. The government should decide how many children men can have. And look at China now. It's depopulated. China, from what one of the homies told me, I think it was the homie Gold Pillar, somebody told me that China is literally importing women. They're importing women from I think North Korea and South Korea. They're literally importing women. And somebody I know spoke to me and said they're literally willing to pay men to come to China to have, you know, I think it was women or something to have children or something like that in China because their female population is so low. You know what I'm saying? It's in the pursuit of the Western ideal, and they don't know the difference in our ethnicities affects our mind. Like for example, someone from the Middle East won't need as much water. They won't, you know what I'm saying? Like you might hang around someone from the Middle East and you'll be shocked, like, man, I'm drinking gallons of water here, man. I'm dying of thirst. And my homie Khabib or you know, my homie Ahmed, I ain't see him drink no water. You know what I'm saying? He's good because his body was designed to retain more water than your body. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking at each other from how we got here. You know, like for example, we'll look at a husky and say, oh, the huskies, you know, they were bred in the tundra, they got more fur to survive the winter weather, but we won't look at our fellow human and say, well, man, that's a Negro. He's from the heat. He's from Africa. You know what I'm saying? Is very designed is designed to optimize his cooling efficiency. You know, the nostrils are bigger. The hair isn't straight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The body isn't as hairy, so their body can become far cooler. You know what I'm saying? While the white human has a lot more hair, nose is thinner to maintain heat. We're all designed to exist in a particular way. And what's happened is now we're in modern society where the weather doesn't mean anything no more. The weather don't mean nothing anymore, man. I mean, storms. See what the homie Suit said. It don't underplay the involvement of religious beliefs that made our laws excluding things from it. No, I'm not I'm not undermining where religion played a law, because religion is actually the reason. And like I said, I wrote my book, man, and I tell people we don't have a government in the West. We have a God ferment. The government in the West has a God complex. You know what I'm saying? And when the government makes for example, the UK, polygamy isn't legal. In America, polygamy was made illegal once the Church of Latter-day Saints deemed that polygamy isn't legal. Why would a government follow suit with a religion unless that government thought it was a religious entity? I mean, think about the money we have. Like, for example, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all something. It's pretty dope. Uh, yeah, man. I got it's a dollar coin, man. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how big that. Let me make the screen big. Yo, look at that. That's a dollar coin, man. It's huge. I got the two-face coin, man. It's like a dollar coin. I used to think it was the 50-cent coin, but no, man. There's a dollar coin, and it's freaking huge, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The dollar coin. It's freaking huge, But damn, what was I got lost in thought? But yeah. But look at this on the. Let me make the screen big. Look at your currency. For example, the U.S. dollar. What does it say? It says, "In God we trust." In God we trust. That's what the dollar says, man. In God we trust. Why would a governing body that's supposed to be removed from religion say, "In God we trust," unless that government is viewing itself as a godlike entity, man? You know what I'm saying? In God we trust. You know what I mean? Yeah, so in God we trust. Why is that on our currency if we're not a religion? If we're not a religion, why is "In God we trust" on our currency? You know what I'm saying? Why is it on our currency if the government itself isn't a godlike entity, if it doesn't view itself as a godlike entity and a organization of worship? Why would "In God we trust" be in our money? Why would it be there? You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people, man, we live in a God verment. Yeah. Yeah, so you see that? Yeah, when did this phrase begin? In 1864, during the Civil War, the phrase "In God we trust" first appeared on the US coin. And when did I say the government feminized men? It was during the Civil War. The Civil War, I wrote it on Man Vantage. Where the hell's the book? Damn, I don't damn, where's my own book? Yeah, I don't got it. I don't got it on me right now. But in the book I wrote, Man Vantage, I told you guys, man, the government feminized men during the Civil War. The Civil War did not have to happen in America because America had the blueprint that Britain went through. America had the blueprint that Britain went through with how they ended slavery in, I think, 1831. America knew how Britain ended slavery for over 20 years. They didn't have to go to war. But America, the government wanted to display to the women in America that your men are nothing more than cannon fodder for the government. You know what I'm saying? And the government wanted to make sure that it removed a lot of American men of their wealth. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Think about it. If you woke up today, you had a mansion, your family had mansions in the South, and then you're sent to war. You're in the North, you're going to war to destroy your family's mansion in the South. The Civil War was all about removing the wealth from the American settlers. The government wanted more land, and the government wanted to display to the women. Because think about it, the Civil War. What was it? Suit put I think you put where was that? In God we trust. Oh, became the nation's motto. Let me see. I think you put 18. I can't find it right now. Yeah, you put 1864. In God we trust, right? You put 1864 as Civil War. Guess what? 1870, I think it was 1870 when the government made polygamy or prostitution illegal. You know what I'm saying? It was either 1870 or 1890. Notice, right after we sent all these men to war, made the women watch that their own men could be sent by the government to kill each other, and make, in the eyes of the women in America at that time, they saw that their men are, in the, compared to the government, are basically spineless. You know what I'm saying? The government could sick them, make them do whatever they want. They were toy soldiers for the government, you know? Ah, let me see. You know what I mean? So let me see. Yeah, note the UK and AU have separation of state and church. God, not in our stuff like in the US. Yeah, but in the UK, man, you still have a godlike government, a government that has a God complex. You know what I'm saying? And I think I heard in Australia child support, and I heard how easily they break up the family in Australia, same as they do in the UK, because the government has a God complex. It believes it can step in the middle and decide the meaning of life, the meaning of order between the natural order of the sexes. You know what I mean? The government could do that. But like I was saying, man, Elon doesn't understand that, you know, that the white human race is suffering from a self. I think there's a self destruction deep within, you know, because of the origin. You know, your origin is from lands of scarcity. And I think if you look at it, because some people will call it racist, you know, you've been trained. You've been trained. The way it works in America is like this, man. You've been trained that if a black person tells you something, you know what I'm saying, it's racist, whether it's logic. And I've been trained here in America, if a white person identifies something wrong with black people, it's racist. You know what I'm saying? They've been training people to not look at each other. You know what I'm saying? Not study one another and look at our origins. You know what I'm saying? Look at our origins. You know what I mean? And understand that we suffer from different psychological issues due to our ethnicity. You know what I'm saying? Due to our ethnicity, we suffer from different psychological things that has to do with our genetics. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to libido, even when it comes to what's the word? Damn, what is it? Fuck, man, I'm trying to think of that word. When a woman fertility, even when it comes to fertility, you know what I'm saying? Who's gonna be more fertile? The race of humans from the heat and warmth, where, you know what I'm saying, there's plenty. They don't gotta worry about a snowstorm or nothing. Or the race of humans that come from a winter environment where they can't afford to be too fertile. You know what I'm saying? They gotta worry about surviving the climate. You know what I'm saying? The cold wind, the hungry days, and all that stuff of lacking of food. You know what I'm saying? We need to look at that and look at what's going on. And if you look at the West has been conditioned on a self-destructive path. You know what I mean? Every Western country you look at, I mean, look at Italy. Yo, Italy is literally dying. You know what I'm saying? And isn't Italy like super liberal? You know what I'm saying? The government is everywhere. You know how many children you could have, this and that. You know what I mean? The government's overstepped its boundary, you know, because there's a self condition imposed. Because listen to me, you know, how can the same population issue be happening in America, Australia, Italy, you know what I'm saying, Spain, Netherlands? How can it all happen in every European country? You know what I'm saying? That, you know, Russia's having a population issue. How can this all be happening if it isn't, if it doesn't have to do with a psychological issue due to race and genetics? You know what I'm saying? You're from, you were literally created, you know, racially from trying to survive the scarcest place where there's less food, the winter, the weather. You know what I'm saying? You were born of scarcity. You know what I mean? What you think's gonna happen? It's ingrained in your mind. You know what I'm saying? It's ingrained in your mind. Like in America right now, you know, they say, well, you know, man, 1950, France is even putting it up. 1950 that the white people will be going extinct. They'll be replaced by this race and that race. And they try to make it racial from a perspective of external rather than it's internal. You the French government, you the American government, you the Australian government, you the Russian government, you know what I'm saying? You have done nothing but legally create a scenario where your people can't breed as quick and as easy as they could. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. In America, me and one of the homies were talking about this over 7 years ago. We were talking about in America, they used to give you a job based on what you knew. You know what I'm saying? And I did a video on this over might have been over 4 years ago. I did a video. The number one, the number one form of discrimination in America, in the West, the number one form of discrimination in Western countries. I'm talking Europe, I'm talking America. The number one form of discrimination is ageism. Ageism. For example, if a kid is 14 years old and his father's a mechanic, his father's taught him how to fix a car. 14, he could fix a car. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day in America, that kid could have a job as a mechanic at the age of 14. If you listen to the boomers stories, a lot of the boomers will say, "Well, man, I was 13 years old working 8-hour shifts, man. I was 15 years old working in my father's, you know, auto mechanic place." The boomers were allowed to work when they could work. And that basically allowed them to have children sooner. So, I mean, if you are a mechanic at 16, odds are you'll probably start a family by the time you're 18. By the time you're 18, you'll start a family because you've been working since you were 16, 14. You know, then America, you know, the whole West creates these. I'm not saying you shouldn't have child labor laws. Of course, you should have child labor laws to protect children and minors and so on. Their parents should sign signatures for them to work. Of course, you should protect the welfare of minors and children. But if I'm 14 years old, let's say I was 14, you know, I'm looking at the school and I say, you know what, man, I don't want to be here that long. I just want to take my test. There's a GED test. I want to take this test. Give me my GED. I want to start working at age 14. I don't want to be in school with all these other people. I don't want to be here, man. I just want to start working and get into the labor force at 14. I'm ready. I don't want to go to school until I'm 18 years old and all that crap. I don't want to do it. Guess what? You can't. You have to go. You gotta go to school. You know what I'm saying? You could graduate early. They make all these loops for you to jump. You know what I'm saying? You can't start work when you're ready. You can't. So if you can't, and think about, you look at it's the average. I think the white community, the white human is having children later. So they're having children at about, I think it's late 20s to mid 30s. That's when the white human is having children. You know what I'm saying? That's why the species, it's a self-imposed destruction, by law, because the scarcity, think about it. In the, you know, you evolved in the winter. You evolved in a weather where it's scarce for thousands of years. It's ingrained in you that there shouldn't be that many of you, man. You know what I'm saying? So your laws will eventually reflect that. You know what I'm saying? Your laws will reflect that at some point. You can even look at Africa where there's videos right now of priests just having sex with the women that go to their church. You know what I'm saying? Sexuality in Africa is far more hyper, and you know what I'm saying, far more sexualized in warmer countries. Brazil, you know what I'm saying, the Colombia, you know what I'm saying, the warmer climates, they're more sexually active because they don't got to worry about the winter. They don't got to worry about, in Jamaica, no matter what year or month a child is born, it's still hot. It's still warm. It's still the Caribbeans. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's a danger to a child being born is the weather. If they have a hurricane, you know what I'm saying? They have a hurricane, man. You know what I mean? That's when it becomes problematic. Let me see what Kalala said. You know, I don't know what the average I don't know I don't know the average age of Italy. Yeah, Italy's very high. I heard Italy very high, very old population. I think Italy has an older population than Japan. As much as in the West we advertise Japan is dying, Japan is dying. Dude, Italy is dying faster than Japan. I've been telling people this for years that a lot of countries will have, you know what I'm saying? I forget how I said it, but a lot of countries are basically, yeah, there it is. They're having, Sun Tzu said the greatest tactician is one who doesn't have to fight at all. You don't got to fight Italy. Italy's dying anyway. You don't got to lift a fist. You don't got to do nothing. Their population is dying. It's a silent death. You know what I mean? It's death by not breeding. You know what I'm saying? They were so zoned in and focused on liberal laws and this, you know what I mean? All these laws about this and that. I was talking to somebody from the Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying? He told me at 8 years old he was driving a tractor. At 8 years old he was driving a tractor. At 8 years old he was driving a car or something. He was driving a motorcycle at 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? He was ready. They trained him, they prepared him, and he got on a motorcycle at 8 years old. You know, imagine that here in America. 8 years old, you can't. You know what I mean? I did a stream on this. I forget the video. I did a video where I told you guys a while ago that, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you're 13 years old, and you want to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? You want to skip all that BS in school. You're like, I want to be a doctor, man, at 13. What would adults say? An adult would say, well, you got to go through high school. You got to go through college. So you got to get old. Really what the adult is telling that child is that kid, you got to be old. You got to be old enough to be a doctor. You don't got to be wise enough. You don't got to be smart enough. You got to be old enough to become a doctor. You know what I'm saying? You got to be old enough to become a doctor. It's not about you obtaining that wisdom. This is why I say our education system is completely broken. You know what I'm saying? Look at us in America. You can't run for president unless you're what age you got to be in America to run for president? You got to be like 50 years old or something. You know what I'm saying? 50 years old. But what if you're 30 years old and you read all the laws, you're super smart on the legal system, you did over 100 hours of community service, you did all this stuff, but you can't run for president until you get old enough. The number one form of discrimination that's destroying westernized society is ageism. Ageism is killing the West. And all the countries that are trying to follow the West are dying. You know what I'm saying? China imposes a one-kid law. A one-kid law as though you're guaranteed you'll survive. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody born, well, man, you have one kid and that kid's gonna live forever. He's gonna live into adulthood. No, you have more kids as a backup. As much as people don't want to be honest, man, why did families have 3, 4, 5 kids? Yo, man, children die, man. People die, man. You know what I'm saying? What's better for you, that one of your sons died and you got 4 more, or one of your sons died and you never had another? You never had another son. So when he died, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's why they tell you to be bountiful, be plenty, man. You got multiple kids as a backup. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to admit that your younger sibling is a backup. You know what I'm saying? Just like we got backup hard drives, your younger brother is a backup, man. He's a backup if you fail. He's a backup if you die. You know what I'm saying? That's why they had more children. More children are backups. Oh man, damn man, my son died. Oh man, oh I'm sad. It hurts. Oh, thank God I got another son. I got another son to, you know what I'm saying, to mourn with and, focus on. You know what I'm saying? One of my sons died, but my other two are still with me. You know what I mean? We gotta look at things and look at it for what it is, man. It's a self-imposed annihilation, man. Because I'll give you an example with America. And this is how you know the government, and this goes for Australia too. This goes for Australia, America. I'm not sure about New Zealand. You know what I'm saying? Australia, America. You know, think about it. They sent the Australians. So they sent a lot of, the UK sends a lot of people to basically settle Australia. They settle Australia. They have their families. They have a big extended family. Same thing happens in America. You know what I'm saying? The UK sends all these people to settle America. They start and have a family. You got polygamy. You got non-polygamy. You got all these things happening. You know what I'm saying? The government, they settle the land. Then the government comes and says, well, you guys are being a family the wrong way. You're being a family the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have polygamy. You should have a you know what I'm saying, a one household. You should have a wife. Y'all should have a ring ceremony. The government comes after you've settled the land, done all the work. Now they tell you, we know what's better. We know the better way to settle the land. Imagine, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if America was settled and Australia was settled under the laws we have right now, under the child support laws, under the family court laws, under the lack of polygamy, under the lack of, you gotta get married and all this stuff. All this stuff. Would there be in America? Would there be in Australia? There wouldn't be, man. There wouldn't be no America, no Australia. If all the modern laws we have now were enforced during the settlers' time, there wouldn't be, this country wouldn't exist, man. This country would not exist. You know what I'm saying? Oh nah, yo, Kalala, Kalala, yo, how they gonna have TikTok, man? How they gonna have TikTok when they ain't even have firewood? You know what I'm saying? They didn't even have firewood in when they were settling this land. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this, man. This is what Elon. Let me see what the homie said. You know, we settlers time was different time. Yeah, it's different, but soup. Didn't the government come to the settlers and say we know better? Right after the Australians settled the land, I'm not gonna focus on the crimes and all that other stuff. I'm saying right after the Aussies survived snake poisoning, survived kangaroos. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee the first Australian was jumped by a damn kangaroo. You know what I'm saying? No offense, so you know what I'm saying. The first Australian was probably kicked to death by a kangaroo, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why the kangaroo's the logo, because one of the Australians that survived and went back to the ship and said, "Oh man, there's these giant rabbits I can kick and fight. It's going to be Orlando's logo." You know what I'm saying? Go on, Sue. You know what I mean? But but yeah, like I said, man, a lot of when it comes to race, man, we got to look at it and look at it honestly. And what Elon Musk doesn't get is he can't average out the issue. The issue is that the European mind has a self-destruction button from the scarcity of where they come from. You know what I'm saying? When you come from a scarce world where there's barely any food and you're fighting for your survival, man, you can't afford to have too many people. And now we live in a society with electricity, power grids. You know what I'm saying? There are people living in Alaska that could come into a home and they're warm. You know what I'm saying? Elon, of course, Elon has his own agenda. Yeah, Roy the Deers. Yeah, man, Roy the Deers. Somebody said that a kangaroo is basically, it has the head of a deer and the body of like a human, and you know what I'm saying, and I guess a weird tail or something. You know what I'm saying? Roy the Deers, like you said. But the thing is, Elon doesn't, compare and average out what's going on. He doesn't average out that every country under, the countries under European rule, there's self-imposed population destruction. You know what I'm saying? There's self-imposed population destruction. You know what I'm saying? The laws make it harder for you to start a family younger with jobs. There's artificial inflation because the government tells the farmers what they can and can't grow. You know what I'm saying? The European countries tend to have self-imposed, depopulation. You know what I'm saying? They try to say it's race. Oh man, they'll tell, oh man, it's the blacks, it's the Asians, it's the Latins. No, man, it's your own people. Your own people are making these laws that don't want you to breed, that don't want you to have children, that want you to start having a family when your woman is 30 years old, 30 plus, 35, 40. You know what I'm saying? They're self-imposing depopulation. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of you know what I'm saying? I said, man, we in the age, we're in my age, man. This is the old the truth hostage era. So I think you know, a lot of white people gotta look in the mirror and say, man, why do we self-eradicate ourselves? You know what I'm saying? And study that. You study that and you'll see that a lot of this is self-imposed. Because, for example, in America, you can't say it's a black agenda, a Latin agenda when anti-polygamy laws were passed in 1870. You know what I'm saying? Anti-polygamy laws were 1870, 1890. You know what I'm saying? Women were given the same voting rights as men in 1920. Where were the Latins? Where were the Latinos? Where were the blacks? Where were the Asians? You know what I'm saying? Where were they in this government? It's self-imposed depopulation, man. And what happens if you look at it is that what happens is the the European run country is that they create the government. They basically turn the government into the destructive nature they faced to survive, you know what I'm saying, from the environment they came from, whether that be the winter Alps and all that. So they turn the government into that tool that's creating scarcity, that's destroying them. You know what I'm saying? And it's psychologically imposed. Look up Rome. Let me ask people this. You know, I'm not afraid to admit when I don't know something. Anybody here that's a scholar, what was the population of Rome? Was Rome before it fell, was its population high, on the increase, or on the decline? And we, you know what I'm saying? And the Romans were European. You know what I'm saying? The Romans were European. So what was their population when Rome was on the decline, man? You know what I'm saying? What Elon doesn't see, because Elon is he's South African by European ethnicity. He doesn't see that there's a self-destructive initiative within the European mind to eradicate themselves and create an artificial scarcity that mirrors the struggle and the hardship of whence they came, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the, well, you know, we're no longer living in the winter and we're no longer starving. You know what I'm saying? We're no longer eating roots. You know what I'm saying? But internally, genetically, we have to replicate this, you know, artificially. So we have to create a government where the government makes it harder for you to have children, a government that makes it harder for you to start a family, a government that makes it harder for the men to be leaders of the household. We have to. We have to self-impose this struggle that we faced before we had all this technology to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on, because Elon and guys like this is why this thing happens here. Self-imposed destruction, man. We know the French president. The French president ain't black, he ain't brown, he ain't Asian. I'm bringing this up because you have to look at the correlation, man. It's self-imposed destruction of one's own population and one's own genetics, man. It got nothing to do with black and brown, because who passed those laws before black and brown was there? Then you look at China, China in pursuit of the European dream, and then Japan in pursuit of the European dream. They are being eradicated. Their population is dying. Then you look at, let me look at another country here. Give me a minute. Give me a second. Greece. Let me see. Singapore. Look at that. South Korea. Look at Colombia. Colombia's population is dropping. You know what I'm saying? Ireland. Ireland's population is dropping. Poland. You know what I'm saying? One of the homies, Denmark. Netherlands population is dropping. Spain. Brazil. You know what I'm saying? Brazil, while the Brazilians are, you know, there's some, you know, it gets a little racial and all that. It gets racial over there, but this is what's happening, man. It's self-imposed destruction. You know what I'm saying? All these laws, and think about the liberal mind. You know what I'm saying? Is the liberal mind in the European country, it's in the pursuit of replicating the struggle that was once natural, and that was the environment, the environmental struggle. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I'm saying. Some people will listen and say, "Oh man, hold the truth hostage, man. This is going too far, blah blah blah." But man, you know what I'm saying? How is it going too far when I told you this was coming over 4 years ago, that they were gonna openly make it legal? And this benefits the government. This benefits the government because you know what happens when the government increases man-farmer populations? It gets more female votes. You know what I'm saying? If the goal of the government, and I've been saying this for years, have men cut off their balls, man. Have them denounce being men and join the female vote. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal of the government as well. And then with the imposed depopulation, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. You're promoting men dressed up as women that can't reproduce and have children. You're literally promoting that the image you want to promote is those that cannot breed, those that cannot have children. Then you're promoting in this image that those that cannot have children should have access to the children of those that can breed so they can amuse themselves with them. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy with a beard dressed up on a pole. This is the goal, man. Self-imposed depopulation. You know? You got a guy like Elon. And the thing that I've been saying this for years, man. How will Tesla sell 5 million? How will Tesla sell all these cars? You know what I'm saying? How will Tesla sell all these cars when the population is declining? Less people are being born. And you got a guy like Elon. Elon knows the law. Elon's been divorced how many times? But Elon is basically a technological, you know, and what is the word? It ain't a liberal like what? Liberal light. You know what I'm saying? Liberal light. That same flavor is a liberal, but light, liberal light. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It doesn't sting as much. Liberal light. You know? See what the homies, what Suit said. You see, what would he say? Let me see. I can't imagine having a kid. You can't protect him or her. Will be taken by society. Yeah. Well, the government, like I said, it's self-imposed depopulation. The government, eh, the whole goal of removing the men out of, and I've been telling guys this, man. The whole population, we got too many people. You have to remember, America used to have just how many Americans used to be here? Like what, 4 million, 20 million? There used to be 20 million Americans not too long ago. What was it, 1940s or something? Or 1920s? There was just 40 million Americans. You know what I'm saying? So we're at a surplus. We're at a surplus. So the country can still run with just 50 million Americans. The country can still work with just 50 million. We don't need that many. We're at the surplus. That's why I tell guys, you got to start asking yourself, are you a part of the surplus or are you part of the minimum required population? Elon Musk is a part of the minimum requirement. You know what I'm saying? He made the money to be a part of that. But at the end of the day, 20, 50 years, what do they say? 2040, 2050. If the populations keep declining like they are, how you gonna sell and how you gonna sell 50 million Tesla cars to a population that doesn't exist? You know what I'm saying? You're making all these cars. There's already ghost towns. I told guys to look this up along a stream I did way back. There's ghost towns. There's ghost towns all over this world. There's towns where there's just no people. The cars are still parked. The cars are still there, but nobody lives there. You know what I'm saying? The population is gone. Nobody lives there, man. You know, that's what a lot of people don't look at. We're headed to you know what I'm saying? Oh man, give me a minute. Holy shit. Man, what's going on? Give me a second. What's going on here? Let me see. Let me go back home. What the hell is this? Give me a second. Where is it? I'm on X. The hell is that doing it? Yeah. So you know what I mean? We're in the countries are depopulated, man. You know what I mean? I can't imagine having children. Yeah. And in California they passed a law that if your children come home, I think they're trying to pass a law in California. I don't know if it's already passed that if your children come home that they say I'm a man former, I'm in the closet, I want to change my body parts. I want to mutilate my body at age 12. Want to mutilate my body at age 10, and you don't recognize that the government has the right to take your kids. I did this on a stream. Where do you think those kids go to? You think those kids are being helped? You know what I'm saying? I told you how easy it is to master. Let's say they take your kid. Let's say your kid comes home at 9 years old from school, comes from school and says, "You know what? I want to wear a dress. I want to get that body mutilation." You know what I'm saying? And you're like, "No, son, you ain't doing that. They're trying to infect your mind, man. I ain't letting my son go through that." He goes back to school and says, "Teacher, my dad doesn't think I should be a beautiful woman." You know what I'm saying? They take your kid, they put your kid in a so-called what they call that, orphanage, and they say, "Well, you know, you can't see a kid until he's 18. We don't think it's appropriate until your kid's 21 years old." And guess what? You never see your kids because they've shipped them around. They've put them in different parties and all that. You know what I'm saying? They had an event in I think it's what is that state? Seattle. I think it's Seattle or something, or I forget the state where they had naked men walking around children. Naked men. Now, a lot of people will say, "Well, man, they still care for the kids." Dude, any state that has no fault divorce and is destroying the family like they do, they don't give a damn. The children are nothing more than something being bred for their entertainment. You know what I'm saying? The government literally can tell when a kid's gonna go to jail based on how they were raised. You know what I'm saying? Based on how they were raised. So, you know what I mean? Based on how they were raised, the government can tell. So, what do you think they're doing? You know what I'm saying? And the reason you saw this at the Olympics, remember the Olympics is shown to children all over the world because they've realized, man, you got to traumatize them early. You won't have a boy wanting to change at age 13, 14. You know, his balls have already dropped. He already sent the girl in his class a note that says, "I like you. Do you like me?" and all that. That it's too late. You have to traumatize the children as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? As soon as possible, you got to traumatize them when they don't know the world or nothing. And remember, what did they say kids are? What age is it when kids are learning the most? They can read a language, they can learn languages faster. I forget the age when they start learning things a lot faster and sooner. You know what I'm saying? They have to traumatize your children. Because here, I'm about to single myself out here on this stream. Johnny Walker. That's a Red Label. I'm going to single myself out. The reason, there's something y'all don't understand, man. something you need to understand. Oh, oh come on, nah, suit, don't do that, man. No, they're not desensitizing them, man. They're traumatizing them. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is this, man. When we were growing up, in the '90s, we were growing up. They weren't telling us to go burn people, man, destroy them based on their, sexuality and all that. You know what I'm saying? We weren't being taught that. We were, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the Pride Month where they say, well, this month, we want to support, the whole, the Rainbow Rider, LGBT, and all that stuff. So are you saying you weren't supporting them? You were not supporting them the months before Pride Month. The months before Pride Month, you weren't supporting all Americans to come to your bank. So you're saying there's 1 month where you allow people that are not heterosexual in. It's Pride Month. So all the months before Pride Month is when they didn't serve anybody that was drag, anybody that was what I'm saying, tranny, whatever, a man former. They didn't serve them. I thought everyone was welcomed. No discrimination in the restaurants and banks and all that. You know what I mean? The goal is, man, they traumatize the children as soon as they can. They have to put questions in them as early as possible. You know what I'm saying? So they can destroy the mind of the kid. They come home asking weird questions versus when they're at home and their parents are just telling them respect people. You know what I'm saying? Show respect. Don't be a bad person. So you got to tell people, don't be a bad person, but sexuality, you got to mention all this to children. It's all about traumatizing, man. You know what I'm saying? They traumatize them. Then they want, and this is the same. In fact, yeah, I almost got lost of thought. I'm about to drop something. This is very important. This is something. Let me go back to the Elon post. This is another thing y'all didn't notice with the Elon post. So if straight, let me ask you this. So if straight people are basically not having children, so straight people aren't having children, right? And the non-heterosexual community is already less than a half percent in these countries. What do you think's happening? Who's suffering? Who has even less of a population when the population declines? The non-heterosexual community. You know what I'm saying? Its population decreases even worse. You know what I'm saying? There's even less of them than the straight people. You know what I'm saying? So that's another major aspect of this, that when the straight people don't have children, there's gonna be far less of the, you know, non-heterosexual people. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, to get their numbers up and ruin the kids. No, bro, man, Suit, you came a little late, but the way these people, straight people, basically increase their numbers by having children. You know what I'm saying? By having children, that's how straight people increase their numbers. But the way people that are not heterosexual increase their numbers is through trauma. It's been found that, somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, that a lot of women that come out as lesbians were, molested. You know what I'm saying? A lot of boys that come out as rainbow riders were molested. And it's been proven with a lot of high profile cases with celebrities that they repeat the trauma. You know what I'm saying? They pass it on. So if somebody was molested, there's a high chance they will pass it on to someone else. They will molest someone else. There's a high chance of that. You know what I'm saying? They will pass on that trauma so they, maybe to feel less alone or someone to go through what they went through. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know all the, the whole answers. But the way you increase this population is through trauma. You must traumatize the children as soon as possible. Because, like I said on a stream, man, I made a stream about Gen Z. Gen Z will be lucky, man. Gen Z, I've already seen Gen Z. I mean, Gen Alpha, I've seen Gen Z, I've seen Gen Alpha, where they will be lucky to make it out of school. You know what I'm saying? Not with a portable closet. They will be lucky to make it out of school normal. They will be lucky if they make it out of school by not being able to say their pronouns. You know what I'm saying? They will be lucky, man. You know what I'm saying? They will be lucky to survive that, man. We're growing up in a country now where boys are not allowed to act on their natural whims. You ask a girl out, you know what I'm saying? It's being advertised that that boy should be going to jail if he looks a certain way and this and that. There's literally evidence. You could search it for yourself of there was a kid, I think a young guy, he accidentally touched his classmate's hand, and next thing you know, I think he was in Australia. He touched his fellow classmate's hand, and yo, she said sexual harassment. You know what I'm saying? The government has fully interfered, and like I said, with the Elon Musk thing, it all correlates to European-run countries and countries pursuing Europeans. Like I heard in Brazil, they do this thing called better the blood or lighter the blood, lighter the skin, whatever, where they'll import Europeans to have children with them. You know what I'm saying? The women in Brazil will openly have a child with a European man just to make sure the child is lighter. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they pursue that European identity. Think about Brazil. Isn't Brazil a very Catholic or very religious or something like that? There's some countries that are very Catholic or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? They're pursuing the Western ideal. And in pursuing the Western ideal, their population is declining. You know what I'm saying? One thing Elon doesn't post on here, and notice what Elon's doing. This is the same Elon Musk that's from South Africa. He's not posting the reverse. He's not showing the countries that aren't struggling with a depopulation because Elon is trying to basically promote that the only thing that should be looked at is when the European and Western centric, westernized countries populations are on the decline. That's the problem. Versus looking at it and saying, this is self-imposed, man. You know what I'm saying? This is all self-imposed. This is why I tell guys, man, we men have never lost. We don't lose, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the West and you're not having kids, you're basically having a victory lap. You know what I'm saying? You're basically telling the country, man, I'll starve you out of my seed. Remember Sun Tzu's quote that, the best strategists never had to fight. You know what I'm saying? Never had to fight. And what men are doing is they're just starving out the countries. This is why I say by 2040, they already said that a lot of countries are in pursuit of the eternal life. You know what I'm saying? Eternal life, the eternal life, eternal youth. They're in the pursuit of eternal youth because they're not willing to change the laws. Oh man, oh man, the homie, yo, Soup, be easy, man. We'll chop it up, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll chop it up, man. Bees. But yeah, so a lot of these countries won't change the law. Think about it. America, the West will not change the laws preventing and destroying its population. Instead, they're going to pursue eternal youth. There's a rumor that by 2030 we'll have eternal youth where you could drink a serum and you'll start de-aging. Why do they want you to de-age? Because you'll be a consumer. They rather you live longer as a consumer they've already trained. The only reason we're potentially getting eternal youth is that a lot of corporations have realized is that when people die, they got to train the next generation. They got to train the next generation to be consumers, man. They would save and make more money if you lived longer. Then they wouldn't have to train the next generation. You know what I'm saying? You could be basically, imagine if you're 20 years old or you're 30 forever. You could spend at that age level forever, especially the men, and the women too, especially the women, because I've been telling guys this with TikTok and all that, it's about vanity. You know what I'm saying? If the women could all look the same and spend the same amount of money forever, it will work. But like I'm telling you, man, welcome to the hold the truth hostage age, man. There are no more lies, man. Everything is right up front. It's right in your face. You know what I'm saying? The Olympics dropped this. You know what I'm saying? The Olympics dropped this because the West is synchronized. Now, I know a lot of black people, man. A lot of times with black people, I talk to blacks. Blacks will talk about synchronizing. You know what I'm saying? But this thing right here, this photo is highlighting how synchronized the Western countries are and the European idealism. You know what I'm saying? It's identifying the synchronization towards this path. Because think about it, that all these celebrities during COVID-19, all of a sudden when every American was at home, couldn't go outside, all these celebrities were saying, I support body mutilating children. I support body mutilation of children. Children should have the right to mutilate their bodies at age 12, at age 10, 8, 5, 4. You know what I'm saying? They should have the right. They shouldn't have the right. They're not adults. They shouldn't be making adult decisions, drinking alcohol. You know what I'm saying? They should be able to mutilate their body, because at the end of the day, the mutilation is happening to the male body. You know what I'm saying? Haven't you noticed they've promoted far more, men, far more boys, males being mutilated? Male bodies being mutilated? You know what I'm saying? And everyone acts shocked. Oh my God, man. You know what I'm saying? The celebrities are coming out saying these children should be mutilated. You know what I'm saying? You're being shocked. Why are you shocked by this? Isn't this the same country where there's literally states where a woman could unalive a child the day before birth? The day before birth, she could go into the hospital to unalive her child. You know what I'm saying? Oh, woman former. Oh yeah, bro. You know a woman former, man. What's her name? Paige, whatever the Paige person was. You know what I'm saying? A woman former. You know what I'm saying? A woman formerly, you know what I mean? A woman who formerly claimed to be a woman, whatever. I think her name is Ethan Page or whatever her name is. You know what I mean? The thing is this, man. People need to realize that. Why are you shocked by this? Why are you shocked by this when you're in a country where they openly promote women having 5, 10? Let's count it out. Like wrestling, 1 baby unalived, 2 babies unalived, 3 babies unalived, 5 babies unalived, 6 babies unalived, 10 babies unalived. You know what I'm saying? Why are you shocked by this? You're in a country where they openly promote that someone should grow a life within their body, then unalive it at its most vulnerable state. And then think about the psychological. A lot of people when they hear when they hear unaliving a baby, unaliving a fetus, they think about the woman just unalived it. They don't understand the psychological trauma that's done to that man. Think about it. I gave you my seed. I trusted you to harbor my seed. Let it grow within you. Where's the only place a man can't protect a child? In the womb. Where's the only place a man can't go into to protect the child, to be a shield? In the womb. You know what I'm saying? In the womb. And you're shocked by this? You're shocked by France showing you this, and they got a little kid there. You're shocked? Come on, man. Welcome to the Hold the Truth Hostage era, man. Where where if you're ignoring what I'm saying by now, if you still believe there's hidden messaging, there's a matrix that there's a matrix where the government we're in a you got Elon Musk, we're in a simulation, we're in a simulation. Life isn't real. Yeah, right. While Elon is crying and screaming, you know what I'm saying, about Meta making more money than him. Come on, man. We're not in a simulation, man. That's all about, that's all designed for you to ignore that you're alive. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole goal. They're selling there's so much propaganda being tossed at your mind. You're unaware. You know what I'm saying? This is why I tell guys the full-time ghost is the only option. It's the only choice. You have to live by the law of zero. You know what I'm saying? Zero emotions when making your decisions. Zero. You know what I'm saying? Zero emotions. Zero idealism when pursuing solutions. Zero idealism. Zero. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start putting idealism into a society and a life that's based on math and logic, you leave yourself open, man. You leave yourself open. I remember when I made the Casper Pill videos, a lot of guys were telling me, "Oh man, yo man, this ain't real, man. This too deep, man. This ain't real. What do you mean I gotta be a full-time ghost?" You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Well, I'm not dating women. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you're not dating the women, but guess what? You're buying the cars. You're buying and you're adapting to the lifestyle they want you to live in a society that's trying to trap you. So you've stopped trying to date women from a direct perspective within the West, but indirectly you're pursuing the path they want you to. I'm celebrating this holiday. Oh man, it's winter. Why would I barbecue in the winter? We only barbecue during the 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? Why would I celebrate Thanksgiving? You know what I'm saying? Why would I celebrate Thanksgiving in the summer? Why would I have a turkey feast in the summer? It's not Thanksgiving. Why would I do this? It's going against the group mind. You know what I'm saying? It's going against it. Why would I do this? You're still a part of it. What you don't get is there's over $1 trillion of advertisement for you to conform. You know what I'm saying? It's coming at your head at all times. That's why I tell people the full-time ghosting, there's only one priority, man. It is your freedom. Nothing comes above your freedom, man. Nothing. The only thing that should matter to you is you. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? And your manhood. That's it, man. And it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt because guess what? One day you're gonna look at your family and you're gonna realize, damn, me sticking around with my family and these traditions and all this stuff, damn, it's destroying me. I can't honestly look in the mirror and say I value myself when I place all these traditions and ideologies in front of me as something important. You know what I'm saying? How can I look in the mirror and say I honestly value myself when I'm living based on a tradition of destruction? You know what I'm saying? Oh, but I'm with my family though. I'm with my friends though. So what's wrong with it? You have to prioritize yourself. You ain't selfish, man. The most helpful people are self-efficient and they prioritize themselves. They're not looking for, oh man, yo, the house is on fire. I wonder how other people would what would other people think of how I'm gonna deal with this? You know what I'm saying? Oh, the closet is strong that it's now phobic to call a man former boxing straight up a woman in 40 seconds. Oh man, Kalala, my man. You reminded me of the boxer. Let me search that boxing because I almost forgot to talk about the boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, none of this is rehearsed. I am a tradition. I am the original approach to philosophy. It's right here in your face. You know what I'm saying? It's raw. Damn, I'm trying to remember man boxing woman. Give me a second. Man boxing woman Olympics. Oh yeah, let me find that image. Oh, there's the photo. Oh yeah. Where is it? I gotta see. Let me put that photo on oh man, I can't find. That's what I hate about Google, man. It purposely makes these images small, man. I can't find a large image. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Uh Let me put it out there. Give me 1 minute. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, I think I found it. I'm trying to find the image. Uh, I don't know, man. I can't fucking Google, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me search it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that'll do. That'll be good enough. Let me search one more time. I'm trying to see something. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. Give me 1 second. Let me share this with you. Oh man, I'm so happy. You reminded me of this, Kalala. Yeah, man. I keep telling people, welcome to the Hold the Truth Hostage era, people. Now, a lot of people watched the video of the man. That is it a man? Is it confirmed that's a man? You know, whatever. If it's a man, I'll just say if whatever. If it's a man, a lot of people online, I saw Andrew Tate posting something. I didn't watch it. I just saw it on my timeline that he said something. The same man who said, if you're having sex with a woman and if it's not to procreate, you're in the closet. You know what I'm saying? The same man who wanted you to have sex with a man former because it could be a nine. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Tate, you have no credibility, man. You know what I mean? Andrew Tate is just a closet with a sunglasses on. Yeah, You're telling me if there's a real woman and she looks like Hulk Hogan and you have a man former that's a 9, you're gonna take the one that looks like Hulk Hogan. Yeah, that's a damn woman. I'm taking a woman that looks like Hulk Hogan. Yeah, versus a damn man former. That's a woman. You know what I'm saying? But now a lot of channels are going over this. You know, a lot of channels are going over this. They're gonna say the same old BS. That's a man beating a woman. Surface level. Surface level for the people that, you know, have they suffer from what I call distance from intelligence. They're not that smart. You know what I mean? They're gonna say, "Oh, a man beat up a woman." What I saw, let me ask y'all something. Let me. I'm gonna give it a few seconds. What didn't you see? What didn't you see during that fight? I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you a good two. I'm gonna count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mr. Owl, how many licks to the Tootsie Roll? A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. And if the Tootsie Roll's in the closet, just one. Just one. Yeah, but you know what you didn't see during this Olympic? I didn't see a man getting his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see a man getting his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? That's what we should be talking about. I didn't see a man getting his ass whooped. That's the most important thing. I didn't see a man getting his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of men online aren't focusing on. If this fighter is a man, I didn't see a man get his ass whooped. That's the priority. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see a man get his ass whooped. Now to elaborate on this, you know what I saw? I saw what women will never, what women are seeing. You know what I'm saying? What women will never understand in the West, the westernized country, that the government in women, it's unnatural. You know what I'm saying? The government, women depending on the government is unnatural. You know what I'm saying? The government, when it self inserts itself into relationships, marriages, and all the boundaries of a man in the natural law, it's hurting women. You know what I'm saying? It's all about hurting women. Think about this. If that's a man, the Olympics sanctioned right after opening with the declaration that man formers are women. You know what I'm saying? Basically implying that nothing's more of a woman than a man former. You know what I'm saying? A man former's the closest thing to being a woman. Basically hurting the image of what a woman is. You know what I'm saying? Hurting the image of what a woman is. Then they sanction, if that's a woman, they sanctioned a man about to beat the life out of a woman. Think about this. This didn't happen during Roman times. Not big. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be the most so-called um, technologically advanced, socially advanced, and this is what is our entertainment. This is what's allowed to be in the Olympics if that's a man. If that's a man, this is how barbaric we've gone. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. We got cell phones, we got tablets. You know what I'm saying? We got tablets. And now what do we have? Men beating women, if that's a man, beating a woman during the Olympics. Welcome to 2024. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to 2024, man. We're so sophisticated. This is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? On the world stage, the Western government has declared that its goal is to beat on women on the world stage. Its goal is to beat on women. You know, when that chick was on her knees crying, let me see if I could find a photo of her on her knees when she was crying. Because some people will watch that photo and say, "Oh, hold the truth hostage, man." She was, oh, there it is. Oh, there it is right there. Her on her knees. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold the truth hostage, man. She admitted that, you know, she admitted that she lost. And no, you don't get the tactics. This woman fought. The goal of the Olympics was not for her to win. The goal was that she pursued victory. If this is a man, she got in the ring with a man and fought him, then she quitted, meaning she approved of what was going down. I keep telling people, look up this word, holistic thinking. Holistic thinking. Look up that word. It's very important that you start thinking in a holistic path. Now what's gonna happen to this woman? She's gonna get interviews and talk about how, oh, I gave my best. It was my dream, and I thought I could beat her. Listen to what I said. I thought I could beat her, or I thought I could beat. She's gonna go with the program. As soon as she stepped in that ring and fought him, instead of just grabbing the mic and saying, "I should not be having to do this. It isn't right that I'm fighting." You know what I'm saying? If that's a man, somebody needs to confirm it to me. If that's a man, whatever, I shouldn't be fighting her, fighting a man. Instead, she fought, man. She fought, and that's in support of what's going on. That's what a lot of, you know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of lesser IQ. I forgot my own words. I used to call it yeah, missing IQ. There it is. That's what a lot of missing IQ channels will tell you. Oh, she fought a man. Oh man, men, we won again. We won. Thank God, we won. Masculinity, blah blah blah. Femininity, feminists have lost. Blah blah blah. That's what you're gonna hear from all these channels. When in reality, man, feminism was never fueled by women. It was a man-made operation by using women as the Trojan horse to basically give the government unquestionable power. Because you have to understand that, you know what I'm saying? I forget the word right now. Is it biased when you look at somebody in a different light compared to someone else? My brain is a little, you know what I'm saying, off the rails right now. But basically, the government, you got to look at it like this: the government gave women the same right to vote as men. It gave the same rights. Men earned those rights. Men have those rights. You know what I'm saying? Who you think is the government's gonna already be in bed with? The people that have earned their voting rights. They're men. They fight for the country. You know what I'm saying? They're the first first line of defense. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? They're men. They deal with man things, war, and blah blah blah. Or the sex where they're like, oh, you know what? We want y'all to experience voting. So the government, after making polygamy illegal, after making prostitution illegal, after all the stuff we've done, the Civil War, sending men to die, we think you should have the same voting rights, even though you don't go to wars. We think you should experience sending men to their death like we the government do. We think it'll make you a better woman if you could just send men to die. You know what I'm saying? If you could send them to die, you could become a better woman. And a better woman is a woman that's closer aligned to the government. You know what I'm saying? This defeat with her on her knees, you know what I'm saying? Sure, on the surface level, you know, guys will be celebrating, oh man, this is proof that women could never beat men, but who would celebrate that? We already know that. We already know that. What man, this is why I've been telling guys on streams, any man who's fantasizing about fighting a woman, he's in the closet. You know what I'm saying? He's in the closet because he's thinking about fighting a woman to experience facing a woman. And why is that? You know what I'm saying? Why is that? He's trying to synchronize and find an identity with that. And why would a man want to fight women? Why would a man want a woman to fight a man's war? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't look at this, look at it from the surface level. I've been telling people I look at stuff from the goddamn equator. I'm looking at it all the way below the soil. And if you look at this for what it is, man, it's the government. We men already knew this. Like I said, what you don't see. The most important thing in that boxing match is what you didn't see. You didn't see a man get his ass whooped. What I mean by that is this whole feminism crap, it doesn't affect us men unless we volunteer. I didn't see a man get his ass whooped in this. A man could have easily volunteered to be on that boxing ring and take a fall, let her throw some punches, throw some light punches where he holds back and lets her knock him out. You know what I'm saying? We could have seen that. This fight basically represents the fact that us men, this ain't doing nothing to us. I don't see how this affects me at all. This just further confirms what I've been talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is the agenda. The government literally showing its hand. There are no more hiding, man. The government hasn't been hiding its agenda since was it the 2000s? I don't think it was it. I think the government hasn't been hiding its agenda since, man. And I'm trying to think on a modern time with TVs and all that. I think probably, God, it's hard. Probably, that's a little hard, man. It's hard, you know. But the government hasn't been hiding its agenda. This defeat, man, is just proof of what the West is all about. Women have to sacrifice their fertility. It's all about synchronizing with the government. A lifeless hut of strangers. And think about the strangers aspect. It promoted female freedom as having sex with a lot of strangers, opening their body to a lot of strangers. What is the government? It's nothing but a lot of strangers. We don't know none of these politicians. Have you ever had lunch with Obama? Was Obama there when you went to high school? Like, what is he for you? What are Trump, what are all these politicians for you? They're strangers. You know what I'm saying? The whole goal is to have women dedicate themselves to strangers. And that's the government. You know what I'm saying? To strangers. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. And this beatdown, it just further cements the government's position. You know what I'm saying? Offer yourself to the governing body. So good as Johnny Walker. You know what I'm saying? And this is what this does, man. This whole boxing thing, and it happened before with the MMA where they had a man beat up a woman in MMA. They even had a boxer right now. There's a woman a woman who formally identifies as a woman boxing a man. It's all about sanctioning the feminization of men. You know what I'm saying? A man who would step in the ring to fight a woman in boxing, I understand sparring. You know what I'm saying? I understand sparring. me see. What is that? J.C. Kennedy. Yeah, I can't show that word. A man former is different than cis. It's still unfair regardless. Yeah, well, we know that. You know what I'm saying? That's still a man. That's a man fighting a woman. You know, a lot of people don't get it. It's cosmetic cosplay. You know, that's a new word for you right now. Cosmetic cosplay or surgical cosplay, whatever you want to call it, cosmetic cosplay. It's all, they take surgery. You know what I'm saying? They take surgery and you know, say they're a woman, whatever. This photo, she's gonna get interviews. She most likely will be in she most likely will be in the news. She'll have interviews. I trained my whole life as a boxer. Trained my whole life as a boxer, and I got to the Olympics, and there before me was a man. You know what I'm saying? If that's a man, you know what I mean? If that's a man, hey, you know what I'm saying? What is this guy? Same as Juice vs non-Juice. If she was a man, her head would have been popped off if she was an actual man. You know what I'm saying? And you do, yo, J.C. Kennedy, man. You know men hold back when they fight women, right? You know that? Dude, if a dude hit with his full strength, you know what I'm saying? And remember, this is a propaganda. This is an agenda. Who knows how rehearsed? This was rehearsed, man. You're telling me the camera angles, she gets on her knees. I didn't even watch this fight, but look at the screenshots, the angles, the camera shots. How do we know this wasn't rehearsed? You know, the Boondocks said the greatest thing, it's a known unknown. Odds are this boxing match was rehearsed. Okay, so what am I gonna do? Okay, you're going to you're going. Let me put my Jason Statham. You're going to fight this man. He's going to throw a jab at you. It's only going to be about 44 seconds. That's all we need. We're going to make sure we got all the shots, all the camera angles to make you look very good. In fact, no. This was French. We are going to take the right camera shots to. This fight will be 45 seconds, and you will have to get on your knees. We'll have the lights flashing as you get on your knees, and we shall report this all over the news that you were brave, you are a brave woman, and you fought a man. So he's not really going to hurt me. He's just going to hit me for 45 seconds. Is that what he's going to do? 45 seconds. And then I'm going to get on my knees. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry and say, I've trained to be a boxer since I was a year girl. Come on, man. Bro, this was rehearsed, man. This was rehearsed. And the Oscar goes to Olympic woman fights a man in boxing. You know what I'm saying? They gave me sound effects, man. Give me a minute. Let me supposed to use the sound effects. God, yeah, there, yep. And the award goes to and the Oscar goes to woman boxing a man at the Olympics. By golly, it was such a thrilling show. It was amazing. You know, and they said we couldn't top the opening of having a child in front of all these manformers. But we showed them, by golly, we showed them by having a jolly good time, by showing a female boxer getting beaten by a man for 45 seconds. By God, we've done it. Amazing, amazing work. May I have one more clap? Oh man, this is gonna be so wrong, man. What I'm about to play right here, this is gonna be so wrong. Check. This is the reaction they want your kids to have to this. Oh, yeah, yo, JC, you know it, man. Rehearse like Creed, bro. You know it, man. You know it was rehearsed like Creed, man. Rehearsed like Creed. You damn right. You know what I'm saying? Made a rehearse. Remember, you have to get on your knees after the 45 seconds of the one jab. He is going to hit you with the one jab. You shall fall on your knees and you shall cry and pretend that you never knew this would happen. Come on, man. This is bullshit, man. This is all set up. And at the end of the day, like I said, bro, I didn't see a man get his ass whooped. I don't see the problem. You know what I'm saying? The government has conditioned women, the Western government, the European government has conditioned women to basically see their self destruction as strength. You know what I'm saying? Let me do the Mr. Owl. Give me a second. Let me do the Mr. Owl. Mr. Owl, Mr. Owl, how many children must you unalive to be the government's favorite? A one, a two, a three, a four, a five, a six, a seven, an eight. Let's just a 30. You must abort that many missions. You must abort that many missions for you to satisfy the government. Come on, man. This is the height, man. You know what I mean? That's what's going on. A lot of women don't get it, man. What's going to be more loyal than a woman to the government? It's a man who psychologically has been so destroyed. And here's the thing. I told y'all this about a stream before that. The government knows that when it comes to these man formers, they're on a ticking clock. They're on a clock, man. They might self-delete themselves at any time. So the government wants to maximize. Let me show them again. The government wants to maximize its use, their use case. You know what I'm saying? You see all these people on these photos, you think they're all gonna be here in the next 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? That big buffalo built woman right there. You know what I'm saying? That hippo built woman. Odds are she's 5 years, 6 years from now, heart attack. One of these man formers will self delete, unalive themselves. That child, who knows if they'll make it past teenhood. This is all the representation of self destruction. You know what I'm saying? This is what's coming, man. And you want to be surprised. The West, your Elon Musk, this is the man in charge of Tesla and all this stuff, man. Tesla. And he can't put it together, man. Why is the population decreasing? You know what I'm saying? Why is the population decreasing? I mean, there can't be a common denominator. It's self-imposed destruction by European rule. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens psychologically. There's some type of genetic psychological aspect to you know what I'm saying, the European identity. And you know what I'm saying? That leads, like I said, man, you originate from scarce environments where there's barely any food, man. Struggle, the winter, the cold, and you replicate it with your government. You know, you replicate it with your government, man. And Elon Musk, you know, billionaire, billionaire building spaceships. Who you gonna send to Mars, man? Who you gonna send to Mars when the population is declining? And the thing about the population decline, they don't add in self deletion. They don't add in self deletes. They don't add in, you know, the murder rate and all that stuff. They don't add in all that. You know what I'm saying? How many Tesla cars will you get on the road when the population's on a decline? You think somebody 60 years old is gonna be oh Elon, I want that Cybertruck at 60 years old, Elon, I love it. I have no children. As an 80-year-old man, I can't wait to have this Tesla of yours. I rather love it. Come on, man. And these are all the countries that Elon appeals to the most. You know what I'm saying? The big European countries, European led, you know, they're self-destructing, man. You know, every country, United Kingdom is literally burning. Protests out the wazoo. You can't self-defend yourself. You know what I mean? As much as they want to make it about race, the reason they want to make it about race, they'll have the white nationals say, "Oh man, it's the Latinos, it's the blacks. They want to take our women, this and that." No, man, it's your own people. Your greatest enemy is always your own. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to, you know, the white race is their own. Your own passed the law that ended polygamy. You know what I'm saying? Your own created the Civil War. You know what I'm saying? To go send you to kill your own, man. You know? That's what's going on. And Elon doesn't see it because Elon can't exist in the hold the truth hostage era, man. He can't exist at a time where everything is right in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? How can you still be talking about secret governments and secret agendas when celebrities are openly, 40 million followers are openly saying, y'all need to mutilate your children. Y'all need to mutilate your children. I'm dressing my son as a girl. You know what I'm saying? It's empowering. It's always empowering from the perspective of feminizing and destroying a man's manhood to big up the government. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works, man. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? You know, now I got this streaming thing working, and like I said, you could help fundraise the 5K basketball charity. I'll be trying to host a basketball tournament. If you Cash App, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll start giving more information very soon. But the thing is this, man, we gotta realize, man, none of this is shocking. 2010s was all about the closet awakening and the pink and the full-blown feminization of men. Men are no longer allowed to be fully heterosexual anymore. You must be between. You know what I'm saying? The goal of 2020s is to have men be PTS, part-time straight, part-timers, man. That's the goal. The full-time men, they're dangerous, you know. They're dangerous because they're still men. You know what I mean? They can't look at all these man formers. How do you think they vote? And then look at their centerpiece. A hungry hippo, a hippo built woman. You know what I'm saying? And all of them will vote to promote. Yeah, 100%. Oh, it's a circus, all right. You know, 100%. It's to help, and it promotes everything. Look at this hippo built woman. You know, it's basically telling her, yes, you're overweight, but you could still wear shiny things, jewelry. You could still shine in the bright lights. And then notice that, I don't know, is that hippo built woman a real woman? I don't know. If that's a real woman, notice what they're projecting. Let me get on the other angle. Notice what they're projecting. That health, that thin female builds. They're basically projecting that the thin female build you want, you have to go for the man former. That's what they're saying. They keep if that's a organic woman, as in that big Buffalo Wild Wing woman is a real woman. They're basically projecting, hey man, the least attractive woman is the one that's an organic woman. Not, look at the artificials. They're thin in shape, but the least attractive one for you men should be the organic woman. That's why they put her in the center, an overweight buffalo. You know what I'm saying? She looked like you know what I'm saying? She looked like she's gargles to swallow her food. You know what I'm saying? She don't even chew, she gargles. You know what I mean? That's what they're doing. That's the projection, man. That's the tactics here, man. And a lot of guys won't get it, man. A lot of guys won't get it, man. We have to make the organic woman be the ugliest, most hideous looking thing for all the men in the world watching. While we promote this, how do you promote this at the Olympics, man? Stripper, go-go bar man formers. You know what I mean? This is, and think about the countries such as the Middle East. Think about countries where they don't practice none of this. They've all been exposed. They've been exposed to this, man. You know what I'm saying? The Western ideal of depopulation, self-imposed depopulation. You know what I'm saying? Self-imposed. Like I tell people, man, a lot of countries are going out in silence. The silence is, it ain't a war. It just children are being born. And we're men, man. We could play video games, we can do other things, we can travel, whatever. But this is the agenda, man. This is the goal. And a lot of guys are surprised and shocked. How can you be shocked when you lived through 2010s? Through 2010s when what was it? I think it was 2020s when the judge was passing that anti baby unaliving law where women were openly marching, and it might be actors. I wouldn't be surprised if they were actors. They were openly marching with fetuses. They're marching with fetuses and all that. This is the world you're in. The natural state of the women in the West is damn near gone. This is the society you're in, man. You know what I mean? I remember I was talking to a woman, nice chick. You know what I mean? She got some kids. She has some kids young. She living her life, a natural woman. And when other women hear her story, they're like, huh? How could you have children at this age? How could you? Aren't you worried you're missing out on all the random ranch? Aren't you worried you're missing out on all the random ranch jars that could be poured on your face? You know what I'm saying? You're missing out. You're missing out on that ranch. on that ranch dressing from all these unknown different men. You know what I'm saying? She was healthy. She had children when she was young, healthy. You know what I'm saying? And if she wants, she can have more children, healthy. But the narrative in the West, and you remember France is hosting this, and I know some American guys, some dudes tasting the best part of waking up is cope in your cup. You know, some guys drinking cope will say, "Well, dude, that's France, man. That's it's not America, bro. That's France." I mean, it's not like California. Seattle doesn't have naked men walking around children. You know what I'm saying? This is the ideal, man. I think what's going on, as I said earlier in the stream, you know, we're at the point where a lot of things are happening. You know, we no longer you could live anywhere you want. You know, of nature that got the laws of nature that created Asians, blacks, whites, Indians, Arabs, it no longer exists, man. The laws of nature have been subdued by technology. You could go to the Middle East right now, you ain't gonna run out of water. You're not gonna run out of water, man. Technology has arrived at that point where you're not gonna run out of water. And I think what's going on right now, and you know, it will get racial. You know what I'm saying? It will get racial. Like I said, I'll show you this, man. I plan to have a stream on Homo erectus, man. You're gonna be shocked. I'm gonna have a stream where I prove to you that, yeah, man, everything we've done, everything humanity has said they done first was a lie. You know what I'm saying? It was a lie. And I think what's going on in today's society, because I'm about to end the stream, man. You know what I mean? But what's going on is, man, it's a declaration. And I hope y'all do some research on Rome. Do some research on Rome's population. Was Rome's population on a decline when the civilization was being destroyed? Because I think, man, and it, I got homies of all races, man. I got some friends that are Indian, Arab. I got some friends that are Middle Eastern, white, Asian, you know, whatever. But I think, man, all the homies that are white, man, all the homies that are white, you gotta look at the mirror of your own people and say, man, why do my own people like to self-impose depopulation? You know, why haven't we moved away from the the scarcity we evolved in? You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. Like, even, you know, you'll bring up Africa with the Congo. Okay, all right, you got the Congo. I saw some Africans literally selling their own into slavery for the Chinese. You could go on YouTube right now and find a video of a Chinese guy whipping some Congo people, some people from Africa. But think about it. That's an African country where they overbreed. You know, they're breeding like, you know what I'm saying? The weather's plentiful. They just having children, children, children. You know what I mean? So they don't really care. They don't really care if a few are slaves or whatever, whatever. You know, I think, in my honest opinion, man, you gotta you gotta look in the mirror. You know, if you're of European descent, you gotta look in the mirror, look at the history, and say, man, how come? Let's go back to Elon's graph. How come every European run country is pro self depopulation? You know what I'm saying? How come every European country is run and it usually leads to a government where the Europeans, and you know what I'm saying, you usually incite laws that lead to depopulating themselves and actually self-extinction. Because I think what's going on right now when it comes to the white community from America, Australia, you name it, there's a self-extinction initiative. You know what I'm saying? Where where it might be mental, genetic, whatever, but something's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Something's going on with the genetics in the mind because you got to understand and look at where every race originates from. And when you look at where races originate from, you look at the behavior pattern and you're like, you know what I'm saying? You're like, man, how come all the white leaders are acting like, you know what I'm saying? We're in the wilderness of the wilderness of winter. There's not that much food. How come they're acting like there's not that much food and we can't breed and have children? How come they're acting so much like there's scarcity? How come it always leads to this? It happened in the UK, Australia. How come? It has to be some, ethnic aspect to it. There has to be some ethnic aspect to it because if you look at it, man, every European countries, there's so many that are imposing laws that lead to a low birth rate. You know what I'm saying? It's like a self-calling. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Europeans still believe they're in the winter and they don't have food. You know what I'm saying? They don't have food. They don't have nothing and they can't afford to, overpopulate because it'll increase the scarcity. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, welcome to the hold the truth hostage era. Or you know what I'm saying? Or let me just say it, the truth era. You know what I'm saying? Things are no longer hidden, man. You got to get this whole everything's hidden out of your mind. There are no more secrets. There are no more secrets. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop talking like you're I forget what they call it when you have these theories about aliens and all that controversial or no, I think it's called theory something. My mind is kind of what the hell they call it. When you're talking about aliens are here and all that, they say you have some type of theory. My mind is a little warped right now, but yeah, conspiracy theory. Word. Thank you, Kalala. You know what I'm saying? They saying you got conspiracy theories, man, but it's not. The conspiracies are over, man. We survived Conan 19. There are no more conspiracies, man. They've shown their hand. I mean, what more do you want? At this point, if you still believe things are being hidden, then you're just volunteering. You're volunteering. And volunteers can be a victim. And you're basically saying they should have done worse. You know what I'm saying? If you don't look at this image and say, man, they've shown their hand to the world. They're all about depopulation and forget that word that they use. It's with a D. Damn. Damn, I forget the word. When people are doing this type of stuff, it's ah, forget what it is. They say it a lot of time in the black community. They use this D word to talk about guys that are misbehaving, the women, acting crazy and stuff. Ah, man, because the father wasn't around. It's a D word. I can't remember it. But the thing is this, man. What more do you want? You know what I'm saying? You want them to just sacrifice a child live on camera? Is that what you want? You know what I'm saying? That what you're looking for? You know what I'm saying? You want like what you're asking for. Yeah, degenerates. Yeah, bro, degenerate. Yeah, degeneracy. Yeah, you look at all this degeneracy, you know what I'm saying? It's not degenerates. I think it's another word, but You look at all this stuff and you're like, if you still believe there's hidden things, what's hidden? Like, what is hidden, man? This is the Olympics. The world is watching. You know what I'm saying? The whole world is seeing this, man. They've shown their hands. You know what I'm saying? They're no longer playing hiding the deck of cards anymore. You know what I'm saying? You got celebrities of all Madonnas. You got all these celebrities with 40, 50 million followers telling you to sacrifice and mutilate your children. You know, support, save mutilated children. You know what I mean? Protect the right for children to mutilate themselves. What more do you want? You want to see a live uh example? Is that what you want? You want a live example for you to believe this? For you to believe, you know what I mean? What you're seeing? Uh, yo, before I end it, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna say this, man. You take away the father. That was the plan. You don't take away the father's sperm. You know what I mean, more men are stepping away. You know, the black man is ahead. He's ahead of the ball. Black men are not donating. I would say this: if you're a man, do not donate to sperm banks. You know what I'm saying? The black man is not donating their sperm. Don't donate to sperm banks, man. You know what I'm saying? Starve it out, man. We're all right. 60. You know, if you're a diehard, you only want to have children here in America. You know, in your land of birth, you can wait it out if you want. You know what I mean? You got one life. That's your choice. But the goal of the government was simple. We want men like bulls. You know how the farms artificially simulate the cattle? That's what they want men to be, man. Just mindless sperm donors. You just impregnate a woman and it supplies the government with new children, new prisoners, new new kids to traumatize. You know what I mean? That's what you're here for, man. That's what you're here for in the West. You're here to provide the next generation to be traumatized. You know what I mean? Look at that little boy, man. They made sure that that little boy, and here's the thing, we don't know if that's a child actor. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. But even if that is, man, you know what I'm saying? The abuse. This is why I tell a lot of men, bro, you're winning. Full time ghost, man. I always recommend watch my video, the Casper Pill 2.0. Casper Pill, watch them. I know a lot of guys, you might have seen it already, but guess what? Guess what, man? You tell me or hold the truth hostage. I've seen that video 5 times, 10 times. Guess what? You've seen over 1,000,000 times their propaganda. Every day you see their propaganda. But the anti version of that, or the non-propaganda, you want to avoid it. You want to make oh, JP, what's good, man? What's up, bro? You know what I mean? The anti-propaganda. Your mind is, it's not just your mind, your body. The government has decided and it's made its decision. We want nothing but feminine votes. The feminine vote is our priority. Even if that means turning a man to a so-called woman. We want him to vote. We want all men to vote like women. You know what I'm saying? By any means necessary. This is a similar script. I think it was J. Edgar Hoover or Eisner who said all blacks will vote Democratic. Well, the government has said all men will vote like women. You know what I'm saying? Or they're sexist. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what the homie said. JP, gotta give up props. You called it Andrew Tate under transvestigation. Yeah. You know
Shout out to MD for that word, transvestigation. Yeah, you know what I mean. The thing is, bro, this is shout out to the homie JP, man. We chopped it up, and JP like me knows, man. There are no more hidden agendas, man. Any man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Before I end this stream, any man telling you they're hiding things, he's probably a part of it. He's probably a part of the agenda, man. He's a part of it. Because in the year 2024, any man telling you, oh, they got secrets, they're hiding things. What are they hiding? What are they hiding, man? I understand in the 2000s you could say that. You know what I'm saying? The 90s you could say they were hiding something. The 80s you could say they were hiding something. 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 10s, 1900s, 1800s. They were hiding something. You could say that. But now, what are they hiding? They're literally putting books in your kids' schools. What are they hiding? And it's in the news. You know what I'm saying? They literally paid them to sing We're Coming for Your Kids. What are they hiding? You know what I'm saying? Just admit you're afraid to live in a world where they're no longer hiding secrets. Just come out and say that. I'm afraid to live in a world where they're not hiding their intent. Once you say that out loud, you'll feel better. You'll feel better, and you could go on about your day pretending that there are secrets. You know what I'm saying? There are no more secrets, man. The goal is right out there in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? You had Arnold Schwarzenegger tell you, "I do not care about the freedom. Give them the Conan 19 shot now." Come on, man. Openly, he live streamed, and then Arnold came back and said, "I want to apologize about telling them to take the serum and forcing it upon them." Come on, dude. He knew y'all would forgive him. You're that simple. You're that set up. Oh, that's Arnold. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Well, man, let me shut it down. I'm about to shut it down. Before I shut it down, I'm gonna take a little shot. Let me put the light all the way. Put the light all the way. Man, take a shot, man. Take a shot for the homies, man. You know what I mean? Take a shot of that you know what I mean? That drink. I'm gonna take a shot, you know what I'm saying? Welcome. Welcome, man, to the Hold the Truth Hostage era, where there are no more secrets, man. There are no more hidden agendas. It's all up front, it's all in front of you. Nothing is hidden anymore. We are now living in the era of the truth. We're in the era of the truth, man. Everything is in front of you. There are no more secrets, no more hidden agendas. We are now in the era of the truth. And the thing is, I'm just warming up, man. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I feel, I didn't need I didn't need the vindication. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Bro, hey man, Kalala, thank you, man. My brother, thank you. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't need the vindication, man. I didn't need uh support or nothing. Because, the truth is the truth, man. Whether you believe water is wet, it's still wet, bro. You don't need to believe in it. Nobody needs to believe me, JP. Nobody needs to believe anything I say, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But now anybody talks to me, man, and says, "Well, hold the truth hostage, man." They're, you know what I mean? they're not. They got these secrets, dude. You're lying. There ain't no more secrets, man. The secret age is gone. It's done. It's done, bro. The secrets. Let me show you a secret right now. What was her name? She was a female. She was an actress. Let me look up Shirley Temple. Shirley, you know what I'm saying? Temple. Oh, look at that. Shirley Temple. You know what I'm saying? Kid acting kissed by men. Look at that. You know what I mean? Forget, I'm trying to find it. Damn, I can't find the Shirley Temple, you know what I'm saying? Shirley Temple, damn, I can't find it. But I'm gonna show you something, man. I'm gonna show you, what's her name? Shirley Temple. Give me a second. I'm trying to, damn, I can't find it, but give me a second. Let me just look up Shirley Temple. Yeah, man. Let me get on there. Where is Shirley Temple? Yeah, dude, just search Shirley Temple, man. Shirley Temple, they hid. Hollywood used to hide, man. They used to hide what they did to these children actors. They don't hide this crap no more, man. Dwayne Wade, they ain't hiding what they want him to do to his son and what he did to his son. There are no more secrets, man. We are in the age of no secrets. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the no hidden agendas era, aka the hold the truth hostage era. You know what I'm saying? Where the truth is here, man. And you know what I'm saying? The truth is here. You could volunteer to ignore it, you know, but we all know the saying, volunteers can't be victims. So if you volunteer to ignore the truth, you know what I'm saying? You're not a victim. You know what I'm saying? When you got to face the consequences, you're not a victim. So, you know what I mean? Welcome, man. Welcome to the no hidden agendas era. There's no hidden agendas anymore. It's all up front. It's all in front of you. You know? And we'll see if you we'll see, you know what I'm saying? If you can live in this era. But like I said, man, let me take this shot. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the no hidden agendas era. That's, oh, fresh taste. Well, you know what I'm saying? This has been Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. We would hold the truth hostage. Full-time ghosting isn't an option. It's the only choice. Welcome to the no hidden agendas era, aka hold the truth hostage era. Peace. Yep.
They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faith.